Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
We didn't get caught with a cold open this time. Thank you very much. But thank you all for joining us tonight. Welcome to the first draft. I'm your DM, Paul. Oh, we've got a lot to do tonight, so we're going to start off with some socials from Sarah. I already got the order wrong, but I'll get to the announcements after. Hit them with the socials first.
Yes, you caught me off guard because you said, okay, I'm going to do announcements.
I know. My brain is like in 18 different places tonight. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm filling it. Y'all, be sure to check out what our socials are by typing !socials in the chat, and it'll pop up with all of our links and socials and stuff. If you don't feel like doing that, which, okay, I'm going to read out some ats and URLs to you. The YouTube page for us is youtube.com/secondwins. That's the number 2 NDWINS. Our Twitter is @secondwins 2 NDWINS. Our TikTok is also secondwins, but you gotta spell out second. SECONDWINS. Discord, I guess we don't make a link. It's in the channel description.
Discord.gg/go to the description.
Yeah, because there's not an elegant way to link that vocally. Just make sure to smash that like button and subscribe and tell all your friends, because the best form of marketing is word of mouth. And you can also tune into our other streams. We have Yu-Gi-Oh! On Saturday nights. Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh! Like you got, like, shanked.
Oh! That's what you would sound like.
But it's like, it's the surprise factor. Oh! Surprise. It's like, I've been stabbed. But like, what did happen? Oh, dearest mine. Dearest mine.
And also there's Smash on Sundays.
Smash on Sundays.
Mm-hmm. So that's all. Thanks.
Thank you
for letting me do that.
You're welcome. So as you
never make me do it again.
Yeah. Yes. So as you may have noticed, Michelle is out this week. That's why we had Sarah reading the socials so well, doing so fantastic. We miss you, Michelle. Good luck on the slopes. Don't get a concussion.
Please don't get a concussion.
Wear a helmet.
Keep wearing
a skiing helmet.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, no,
they do.
Helmets.
Oh my
helmets
God.
are great.
How do you not know this, Paul?
I've been skiing one time.
Wow. And you didn't wear a helmet?
Anyway, announcements.
Announcements. So, in order to, one, give me a little bit of time off, but two, to give some other people a chance to get a seat behind this magnificent curtain guard thing. Screen. That's what they call it. DM screen.
In some lands.
Yeah. Once a month, we're going to be running a one-shot. It's going to be DM'd by somebody else other than me. So Will is going to take another pass in the near future. Hunter, maybe? We've talked about it. We'll see.
Maybe.
You don't have to commit to it now. But
pretty cool system that he might be running. Alien.
Yes.
Other system one
yes,
shots.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I was
So
watching a podcast about it today, so like, I'm getting
You're basically a professional.
Yeah,
now.
pretty much. 2 hours of podcast, you're done.
that's all you need. That's all you need. So look out for that. There'll be different systems, different DMs. I'm not going anywhere. You're still stuck with me. So, I know. I'm sorry.
Any more announcements?
No.
Okay.
No, I think that gets it.
All right.
There was so much emotion to that reaction in so little volume.
Yeah. All right. Oh, question. Did we get a question from the chat?
We did. It's a two-parter.
Oh,
boy.
perfect.
Good idea.
So, what is the your character's love language,
Oh,
both the
no.
way that they express and the
I
way
knew
that they
it.
receive. So
I told Hunter before we left today, what kind of mortifying ways is Paul going to make me be flirted with or flirt with?
Oh
an
shoot,
NPC
you're so right. I
today?
gotta write this stuff down.
I have to think. Please, nobody. Nobody.
For the purpose of thinking time, I would like to tell the stream the 5 love languages.
Yes, please
For those
do.
who don't know, the 5 love languages are physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service.
Here you go.
Hold on, I can do it.
Gifts.
Quality time and gifts.
No place I'd rather be.
Yeah. Those are the 5. And for most people, you typically have a different love language for how you receive versus how you give love. Fun facts. I'm not one of those people. I receive and give in the same ways. Personally, I am a quality time and words of affirmation giver and receiver. That is just something I know about myself.
What about Rand?
Oh, but Rand, I know. This was meant to be a thinking time, but I've been talking. Who else wants to talk?
We can start on the other side if you want to go first, Hunter.
For the teenager.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, so love language is not just romantic.
I know.
Love. It's any kind of just connecting with the humans around you. And so for Bryce, the way that he gives his love language is definitely the gifts. He definitely just like, I think he gets really awkward about
coffee time.
coffee time.
Coffee time!
I
Speaking
can't
of
believe you
gifts.
just assumed.
See, that's coffee is the 6th love.
That's very true.
Oh wait. Dang, can I change my answer?
No.
You didn't give
All
it.
answers
No,
are final.
I did start giving an answer, but now I'm remembering actually in campaign that's canonically false. And the acts of service is definitely how, because Bryce he's been lending anytime he got, like, you gave him the what's it called every time, the canter.
The chanter.
It's a different pronunciation, right?
A canter is a speed of motion for a horse.
That is so true. A decanter is what you pour something into.
How many more
episode ever.
But I also feel like Bryce could be like a good words of affirmation potentially too. I don't know. I get that vibe from him.
Good job, Bryce.
As receiving.
As receiving.
Yes,
yeah.
no, absolutely. The receiving love language is the words of affirmation. Like, that makes me feel so confident anytime anyone is like, "You're doing a good job." Like, he's like, oh, "I am doing a good job," and things. And so yeah, but acts of service is definitely his giving love language.
Saoirse?
She loves a good cup of coffee.
Canonically.
And just likes, I think, to get to know somebody. Not necessarily like talking back and forth or anything, but just kind of like chilling. Quality time, one might call it, if we were to be contrived about it.
Yes, we are.
We are.
In the form of a structured response, yes, we are.
I just like rolling. I'm sorry.
We're not even doing anything. We're answering questions.
That's what you think.
Oh my gosh. She does enjoy giving gifts also, I think.
Also
And-
canonically, yeah.
Canonically.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I feel like you've oftentimes.
I give a lot of gifts. Like, I made you your shoes, and I gave the coffee and the French press, the chanter. I just like giving things.
Lending your service. Oh, that's.
I guess acts of service. Yeah, that too.
But I feel like the way you offered is gift, like it's an exchange for something or something. Well, no, never mind. Let me not step in your answer.
Anyway, yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah, kind of like that.
Nice. Rare.
Be using those questions for my dating profile. Not Tinder, Jesus.
Well, I think. I want to say I think Rand receives love as physical touch because she had two people for most of her life just period, that like she was in any sort of contact that wasn't flame, which doesn't technically have physical boundaries.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. But also it's one of those things that like I don't think that this is something that she's thought about at all, like ever in her life. She just has like really strong familial bonds that were cut off very suddenly and traumatically from her. So I would say that's accurate because I don't think that Rand like I think Rand is very scared of like receiving any sort of love at this point to have it just taken away from her. But as far as giving, I would say acts of service. That was like how she would help her mom or dad, like on the compound, in the cabin, hunting, like cooking, cleaning, in the garden, like, yeah.
Nice. I like that.
What NPC do we want?
Ooh. I want to know Flack.
Oh, interesting.
Is
Interesting.
it interesting and not at all like completely predictable?
Who could have seen that coming? I mean, it's a democracy. We've got a 2 out of 3, right? So
I'm not gonna lie, I did want to wonder about what is the name of the Yeti?
Oh,
Dormo.
Dormo's love languages.
Yeah.
Aw. You want to do Dormo? Okay. So Dormo would definitely be for receiving, I think, physical touch, because similar to Rand, you know, he had a family, a village of other Yetis that was taken from him, and so he hasn't had like, you know, there's a difference between like a humanoid hug and like a big old Yeti hug, you know, like, and he hasn't had one of those in years and years and years, and that's part of the reason why he's kind of like been a little bit shut in, other than the obvious like Yeti factor, but like kind of kept to himself and not really moved out he's kind of like worried that he won't be able to find that again. And
Will Rand ever be able to turn into
if you learn polymorph, maybe. Giving, I think, is acts of service, because especially with Lily, he likes to be able to like provide for her, like take care of her, prune her when needed, all that stuff. So Lily's a shambling round. But yeah, that's Dormo.
Okay. Laughing God, unlike any other deity, I receive acts of service, and I give words of affirmation. Pretty simple stuff.
Typical,
Oh, I was
typical.
gonna- I thought you
I
were
accept
receiving
things and I give thanks.
Dang it, I'm not seeing Yeti on.
Yeah, you're gonna have to learn polymorph, I think. Too high of a CR. But
It's us, not a beast.
That's yeah, it's
True.
just like a sentient being.
yeah.
Well, Cobalt's on here.
Yeah, kobolds are little tiny little guys.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
But they're sentient.
Yeah, they're.
They're
I
sentient.
thought that, huh?
There is an intelligence limitation on
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
But-
just kobolds like dumb.
them. Intelligence is not just a unilateral thing. There are different types of intelligence.
Okay, thanks. But like,
Emotional.
I kind of figured that the intelligence cutoff would be like, can this thing communicate and speak to you?
Mm.
You know?
Well, what's your? Well, no. That's
Okay.
Well-
Kobolds
All-
can learn multiple languages. Speak commons.
Yetis speak Yeti, also, by the way.
Yeah, they're a challenge level.
Yes.
And interestingly enough, they have an innate fear of fire.
Would have been nice to have
Yeah,
known.
yeah.
and to have fought him.
But he's a plains yeti.
Yeah. That was actually going to be like a canonical thing, but then I said he was from the mountains, so
Oh,
like,
yeah,
he's
that's
from
right.
the mountains now.
But he has a summer coat. He's
Yeah.
removed his fear of
Perpetually
fire.
in his summer coat. Anyway, I think it's time to actually play D&D instead of
Yeah,
talk about it.
right.
Yeah. Let's talk in D&D instead of about D&D. So let's start with a little bit of a recap. So I know, especially you, Hunter, you were saying you kind of forgot what you were doing.
I wrote a small thing.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay. So last week, the party had awoken back in Kaladar's house. You had left the temple to Bahamut that you had been exploring to go regroup at Kaladar's. You woke up, you talked to Kaladar a little bit. The potion that he was working on with the extracted quarry spirit in it, or the link to the quarry spirit, however you want to view it, was finished. However, we got a little lighting check. In order to drink the potion, you have to actually fall asleep afterwards to have the dream. So seeing as you had just woken up, you decided, okay, let's wait until the evening to do that. And in spite of that, or because of that, really, you went out and set about your day. You went and talked to Perennia, gave her the news of what you were going to attempt with the potion, and then you set out. You split ways. Half of you went to the Three Sheets, and I say half. Most of you went to the Three Sheets. Saoirse, you decided to do a little gift shopping, because Perennia had told you that in order for her to help you and for your dream trip to go well, you needed some ivory and you needed a horn. And as we discovered, kobolds, much like deer, shed their horns as antlers. And through...
Unlike deer, though, in acts of romantic service.
As we found out, Saoirse, you bought some coffee for Flack, who had lost all of her belongings in an attack by her possessed sister, Fleck. Bought her some coffee, brought it to her as a trade for one of her horns, unknowingly kicking off a bit of an awkward, maybe not so awkward, don't know yet, situation. And then, disaster lesbian style, you just kind of turned heel and walked away.
I had a bag of wasps I needed to return to a child.
Yes.
Very important good business, madame.
That's how I get out of all uncomfortable situations.
Yes.
Bag of wasps.
This bag of wasps.
And then you cut and ran with the horn in tow. You took the horn, and you rejoined the party at the Three Sheets.
How
Where,
big is the horn?
it's like 6-7 inches long. It's not super long. Yeah. Which is above average for a kobold.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
All right. Yep.
sorry.
We'll
And,
get into
and
that
then you rejoined the party at the Three Sheets, and where you had some discussions with Mallory. You had not been back to the Three Sheets since you had performed the job for the keys. No? Nobody? The key. Thank you.
No.
You had not been back since then, and so waiting for you was a reward for your services. You talked a little bit more with Mallory. Mallory had a job for Rhea to work on herself, so she took that job, accepted it, and has, in the intervening time, departed to go tend to that. And then, Bryce, you made some discoveries about your family, that you may have some relation to Aqua that you had not previously known about. What the relation is, you're still not 100% certain on, but you do know that Aqua was a Buckland. And the three of you sat back down at your table. 4 of you with Rhea, but for the sake of this, we'll say Rhea, having received the invitation, the address, the time, has set out to go prepare and meet up with whoever she'll be doing the job with.
Has decided to transform into a duck for some deep meditation.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm not going to squeeze the duck. Not right now. So the 3 of you are now currently seated in the 3 sheets around that same table.
We're just gonna slam a fist on the table, lean close to Bryce, and say, "You thinking what I'm thinking?"
Wait, there's still the blade from the blacksmith. He should be ready
Not
today.
another shopping episode.
No, this is a quick run. He said it'd be ready today.
Go get the sword, but are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh, maybe.
DM's not thinking what are you thinking?
That's true. I should
I don't know if this.
have.
What was Rand thinking? No?
So I'm going to mind message to Bryce. It's time for the Airy.
Are we gonna be bringing everyone, or are we just? It's just us.
Well, I don't know. Do you think Saoirse would be down, as they say in the city? Rand has heard slang words and is trying to be cool.
Roll performance check.
Dang it!
Saoirse's ordered a decaf coffee
Of course,
because
yeah.
she knows that she does have to sleep later in order for the thing to work.
Sure. And also, I realized after the show last week that I was referring to Tessa, the Goblin Girl, as Val because I was looking at the wrong character sheet in my notes. That's probably why you were confused when I said that. There's a reason for that. We'll get to it. But Tessa comes up and brings you a decaf coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Like, I get the jitters too sometimes. Hi.
Can I have some milk?
Whole or 2%?
Bryce,
Whole.
what did we talk about being
Just not the time. Not the time.
genuine?
Coming right up, and she skitters off.
I got nervous.
Yeah, you did.
I got nervous. I wanted to seem cool.
As you're talking, you watch as
What it is either. I just thought milk was milk.
as you're talking milk. You had noticed her when you first walked in, but you had not talked to her yet. But Sloane gets up from the table that she was sitting at and walks over to your table and kind of stands next to it and pulls out the chair that Rio was sitting in and sits down. It's like, so you made it. Hey, how you doing? Long time no see.
It's been a few days.
Well, yeah, like a week almost, I think.
Yeah, I think it has almost been.
Time flies.
But
Are you here? What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? This is where I hang out when I'm in the city. I was the one that told you about this place, right?
Well, I mean, I know, but then why are you in the city, you know?
I mean, the Aurora Festival's coming up.
Yeah.
Told you I was coming. I mean, I wouldn't miss this, right? But how are you doing? I've heard some rumblings that you've been up to some.
Trouble?
I wouldn't call it trouble.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah.
It's been a time. You remember the people with the blue eyes? Was she around for the people with the blue eyes? Am I about to be so
No.
wrong about
I don't
this?
think she was.
Oh, okay.
But I think you had told her that you were pursuing some people.
Mm.
She looks at you and she's like, I think are those the folks that you were after?
Yeah, with the horses.
We found him.
Oh, the horses.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Actually, and she reaches in her jacket and her duster that she wears, and she pulls out an envelope. And she's like, "Old Henry at the stables. He told me to take this down to you. He's gonna mail it, but I was on my way, so said I knew you folks, so I grabbed it for you. Here you go.
Wonderful.
There's I think it was 30 gold. He said something like that. or 28. I don't know. Could be less. Whatever's in there is what he told me was the right number.
Oh, it's gonna be so far back. Oh no, I'm not gonna look
That's
at this.
And it was before we started streaming, so you have no idea.
Yeah. Long story short, shenanigans involving horses.
Yes.
Yeah, we brought them back. And we found their base, and there's a lot more of them. And there's a cool one that has a different cloak.
Did you kill them all or something?
I
Like
wouldn't
what?
call them cool.
Well, oh yeah. Well, I mean, just meant
Creepy,
cool as in the
properly.
one. The one. Because
We're trying not to kill them, actually, because
That
They're-
is uprat of you.
well,
I guess
It
this
makes
is
things
more
way more.
I brought up a pretty complicated topic.
yeah, this is rather complex. So it's a bit of a
Well, so they're like normal, but then they get possessed by a dream by evil dream spirits. Quarry spirit, but they're evil dream spirits, and they invade them when they sleep if they don't sleep for a really long time, and then they turn evil. But then if you just knock them out, they're fine.
Yeah.
As he's saying this, she just like looks at the two of you, the two adults at the table, and is like,
it's yes,
Mhm.
essentially.
really?
Not all quarry spirits are bad. Just putting that out there.
Well, it's outside of my forte, but shoot, I believe you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, like, what are you up to now? What you getting into?
Nothing.
I have a music lesson tomorrow.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Is that already making some headway into the local culture? Huh?
I have a special blade to pick up from the local blacksmith, but I guess we're just kind of like not doing much until, our pal's back. We still have our pal around.
You still palling around?
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
I'm doing great.
you're all doing great. As she looks at you, and by now Tessa's come back with your milk, and she sets it down in front of you and kind of stands there for a second.
And I tip the nice girl.
Thank you.
I'll also hand her a gold piece.
Wow.
And just
Wow.
say,
Mark
just-
that off of your.
Yeah, that's not like
I mean, the thing is, so my gold is so weird with Bryce because
Just keep it. Yeah, I don't care. Just keep.
it's a 165, and I'm pretty sure that's not right.
Well, you did get 150 gold pieces last episode, so make sure you got
maybe
that.
it is.
Yeah.
I'll still mark it off.
But Sloan looks at. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Whoa. So, okay. yeah.
Sorry, I got nervous earlier and talked different.
Oh no. It's okay. What's your name again?
Bryce Buckland.
Bryce Bucket?
No, it's not actually that. It doesn't have to be that fast. It's actually
Sorry, I didn't know if it was just like a
no,
an
yeah,
accent thing.
no, yeah, no. That's a. I totally said it like that, and that's I
didn't mean it. It's not like I was making fun of you. It was
Oh no, I didn't think that at all. I totally. It's Buckland.
Buckland.
Bryce Buckland.
Okay, that's easy to remember. You see Sloan looking at you, kind of doing this, and she's like, actually, this is perfect. This actually ties in, not this, but Tessa, come here. Pull up a seat. And you watch as Tessa kind of like, oh, okay, and pulls up a seat, and Sloan
Where
looks at all of you.
positionally at this table? How close am I to?
So I'm imagining it's just like this, right?
Okay.
And then Tessa pulls up a chair in between Sloan and you.
Okay, so no. Okay, yeah, no one in between me and Tess. Okay, yeah, I'm locked like a marble statue.
But Sloan looks at all of you. She's like, okay, so this is actually perfect timing. So Tessa, she's got a sister named Val. Val, have you? Okay, so hold on, let me back up a second. I'm putting the cart before the horse, so to speak. who here? You shouldn't. That's like the whole idiom. But
it's like saying that you're down with something when you're not actually on the ground. You're for that.
Exactly. But you can also be up for it too, which has the same meaning. So just like picture if you're anywhere but like on where you want to be, that also means you're where you want to be.
Can you say you're beside for something?
You
as
can be
well?
beside yourself, but that's because you're not where you want to be. It's okay. Well, take your time.
I want a whole idiom class taught by like, because that was such a good, like, funny breakdown. I'm like, is that where you want to be? Sorry.
So, I feel like I thanked you a lot for what you did for me, right? But I feel like I didn't fully repay you, right? I mean, y'all saved, my best friend. I love put it out there. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm my best friend. Oh, he's. She pulls out like this little orb that's humming gently. She's like, he's resting right now. I don't let him fly around when there's lots of people around. It draws wandering eyes, and so I like to keep him on the safe side when I need to.
That's what I do with Rory. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know Rory. You got a little fella, too?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, so anyway, I feel like I didn't adequately.
Why are you being so cagey with our friend?
Don't put your friends in cages.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to whisper.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Why are you being so cagey with our friend? I don't trust her. She's helped us get our start.
So while they're doing whatever it is, I never thanked y'all for what you did for me. So I wanted to return the favor. How would you all like to see the best view in town?
For the Aurora?
For the Aurora, for anything. Really, you want to see something from town is the best spot to scope it from. You want to see the falls, you want to see the basin, you want to see... Here's what they don't tell you, right? The Aurora, they're always like, okay, it starts on the festival day. It lasts the whole week, right? But in the days leading up to it, if you get just the right vantage point down into the waterfalls, down in the basin, you can see the start of the lights, right? Only visible from certain spots of the city. Very specific spots of the city to catch my drift.
How many people are aware of these spots?
Well,
It's very hush-hush.
this one, several people are aware of it. Only some people can go to it without dire consequences. But luckily for you all, I know the way up. And I'm talking about the airing.
Ren sits up a little straighter. Yep, I'm ready. Let's go.
Well, hold on. Let me preface some things first. We can't go right now. We gotta go under the cover of the night. Because like I said, we're technically not supposed to be there. But here's the thing. Once we get there, no worries. Because Tessa here, her sister, Val, she's actually one of the feathers, one of Malaka's feathers. You know them? No. I'm getting from.
Are they the ones that take care of the bird?
Bingo. See, you paid attention in school. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I just remember you talked about it on the bridge on the way in.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's fine, too. So you didn't. Docking points for you for that.
Oh.
But you're still right. You shouldn't have shown your work. But, yeah. So Val actually is one of the feathers now. You know, back in the day, she used to be one of the ones that flitted around this place, you know, busting tables like Tessa over here. But probably why you may have heard, you know, the wrong name get called out a few times. You know, there's an in-universe explanation for why the DM forgot which name was which last week. But that means we can get to the top. She can make sure coast is clear. She's supposed to be working tonight, so that means we get up to the top. It's all gravy. We can hang out up there. you can look at the egg. It's a big egg. You ever seen a big egg before?
Yeah.
No, you haven't. Not this big.
Oh.
No. You ever heard of an ostrich?
Yes.
No. Wait, really? That was not the person I expected to say yes to that. Okay, well, you know how ostrich eggs are real big?
Mm-hmm.
Think about like an egg the size of like 4 ostriches. Not their eggs, the ostriches themselves. It's a big egg.
I do not understand this analogy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Big.
That's fair. I didn't think it through very much. I was very honest.
Am I bigger than an ostrich?
No.
So think of 4 dormos.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
What's a dormo?
Well, it's a wonderful friend of ours. He's
Okay.
a Yeti. He's staying with
Wow.
the Kobolds. He's very
Okay,
nice. He
smart.
makes a great cup of tea.
That sounds like an interesting fellow.
Mhm.
I'd like to meet him someday.
Okay, he needs friends.
Well, if he makes a good cup of tea, it shouldn't be too hard to find some.
Mm-hmm.
But, you all down for it? It's a little, yeah. Okay, I was gonna tell you like there is some peril and danger involved, but hey, I mean,
Is it the sneaky kind of?
there's a little bit of that, yeah.
Mm.
I
We
mean,
can be sneaky.
We're great at sneaking.
I'll say I mean, you infiltrated the brass circlet. I will say pretty impeccably. I was there for that. I saw.
Yeah, that was Bryce's first kill.
Also by far our best infiltration.
That's right. You murdered a guy.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, if you were older, it would have been really cool.
Oh.
But it was still really cool.
I mean, it was
Thank
really.
you.
I feel like I'm not supposed to reinforce that behavior. Right?
Survival of the fittest.
Didn't peg you for that kind of. Folk. That's okay. So here's the deal. Right when the sun set,
Killer bee.
What?
around 6 p.m. I'm just gonna blow right through that one. And around 6 p.m., meet me down at the docks, dock 63. You're gonna see me out at the edge of the dock. We're gonna take a little boat out for a little excursion to get into the Filgry. We're going off the grid.
We're going on a boat,
It's just a little dinghy.
but it's in the water.
Oh yeah.
A boat in the... Yes! Finally! And we've been in so many forests and weird places and ships in the air, and this is the first time we've been in a normal situation.
I didn't peg you for a sailor.
Oh, well, I actually came from port to show, don't you know?
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you know?
Well, that's very
The
exciting.
Buckland clan has a strong presence in port to show.
Well, I'm sure they do.
My mom's a kindergarten teacher, so all the kids
Well.
know her.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that explains why you know so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right.
Sits up a little straighter.
So many colors.
Well, I'm gonna get back to my work. And she holds up a flagon of ale. She's like, I got a lot to do today, but I'll leave you to it. And Tessa, just hang out for a while, have some fun. And she walks off and sits back down at the other table and resumes drinking to herself, and occasionally just patting the inside of her jacket.
Oh.
No.
Did we lose a little guy? Oh. Oh no. So,
What's the oh no? What did you drop?
nothing. So what would you all like to do now?
So how doesn't this conflict with our previous plans?
Well, I mean, I guess we probably shouldn't have done the dreaming thing tonight without Leah. She's kind of she seems like a good, I don't know, magic-y person in that realm. I don't know much about the dream things, but she was there last time.
Yeah, it didn't really go well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should wait for Leah.
Okay. We should probably let the nerds know.
The what?
Oh, the intellectuals.
Oh.
We should let them know that we won't be back tonight.
Yeah. Kalidar, you mean?
Yeah.
You mean Kalidar.
Well, and Martin. We should let them know that we won't be back this evening.
Do we? Is the blacksmith on the way to them? Kalidar?
No, but the blacksmith is relatively close to where you are currently.
Okay. Can we stop by the blacksmith real quick so I can?
Yes. Let's get your sword.
Special blade. Special blade.
All right, so we're gonna kind of do this a little quick. So, boom, you're at the blacksmith.
Boom.
So Sheffield looks at you as you walk in. He's like, "Aha! Just the man I was wanting to meet."
Do you
You've
have?
already met him.
Is it,
Oh, colloquially, like
I'm outside.
there.
this is another one like down and up, where it doesn't mean entirely what he's saying. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that blade of yours is that's something. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is ready to go. I got a hilt on it. Got a sweet knuckle guard. You're gonna love it. Got a nice blade guard on there. You will not accidentally get stabbed by the person you're sword fighting with. You will be a sparring champion as long as you're wielding a blade made by Sheffield Ford. That's a Sheffield Ford guarantee. Now, that blade though, I thought, hey, why don't I give it a little sharpening, right? Why don't I touch it up a little bit? I know you just wanted it, finished, right?
Yeah.
But I've never worked with a material like that before. I feel weird saying that. I feel like I'm betraying my cause here a little bit, but I couldn't do it. It didn't need sharpening either. That thing is scary a little bit. He looks at you. He's like,
That's great.
okay. Yeah, it's it's probably nothing. I don't want to let my imagination get the best of me. I'm not a superstitious man, but
Well, I mean, it is a rather special blade. What happened?
Have you ever seen some of the brigade around? They've got their accoutrement, their weapons at their sides. It kind of reminds me of one of those. I think they call them corpori.
The weapons?
Yeah, or like at least what they're made out of. Again, not a superstitious person, but like if I didn't know any better, and I know my metal. I know my metal is better than anybody else in this town, right? I've never once encountered something that lightweight, that sharp. There's a spark to it. I don't know. Be careful with that. Keep an eye on him also.
Will do.
Okay.
On me.
Yeah. But anyway, I've said my spiel. I did what I said I'd do. Here you go. And he hands you the blade. And I will send you an item for that, for your character.
Do I have to do anything about that?
Let me make sure I actually publish the item in my homebrew, and then it should pop up. You should be able to add it to your inventory.
Technology.
Right?
So, I did. So, if you just search for Liaison's Edge in there, it should come up. So, he hands you this sword, and it is just like you had seen before. The blade looks almost porcelain white. It is just this stark, snowy white, and not a speck of dirt on it. And even as you touch it, you've been through the sewers recently. You've been through dirty. Your fingers are, maybe a little worse for it, but there's a little bit of oil on your finger. You see it smudge onto the blade, and then just that oil just kind of beads up and then just slips off. It can't adhere to it. and it's not a perfectly straight blade. It kind of curves a little bit like a saber does, and you see the pommel that he added to it is very very well made, very well fashioned pommel. The fact that you got this for free, feeling pretty good about that. Sorry, I'm slipping into Sheffield Ford a little bit there, but the
Ford guarantee right there.
you see that the metal of the knuckle guard is kind of this almost lacy metal that braids in and out. These strands kind of braid in and out and then wrap around the knuckles and then come down to the tip of the pommel, which is this large opal, like a fig-shaped gem, and it is just, it gives off all of these fantastic colors, and you find yourself a little bit captivated by the opalescence of it, right? But where the knuckle guard meets the opal, all of those strands separate, and then they form this kind of winding wire wrapping around the gem to hold it in place. But that is your new liaison's edge.
That's cool.
Wow, it looks amazing. Thank you so much.
It's quite beautiful.
Well, that's just the average everyday standard of work here at Sheffield, boys.
And you know what? I'll make sure if anyone asks, they'll know. Got it from here.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Quick learner. Thank you. Is there anything else you need?
I don't think so.
Not
Cool,
at the
cool.
moment.
I got like a bunch of other stuff for the rest of your crew, but I see you're kind of just the two of you today, so we'll hold off on it.
Should we could probably bring it to Kaladar's so that way it's waiting for her and we don't have to make an extra trip at any point.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
outside. I've
Okay.
established
Oh,
So, yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize that. Sorry.
So we'll figure that out later, how that all is divvied up. But he hands off all of the armor that he was asked to fashion. He hands over Ria's armor that he's fixed up, and you take that and you make your way back to Kaladar's.
I like to imagine it's something like
Mm-hmm.
like pile.
Yeah,
high.
yeah.
Wearing some of it.
Like-
Or you've got it like on your back.
Oh yeah.
like, yeah.
Is there a helmet piece to it? I forget.
I don't think there was a helmet, if I remember right. I think it was just Ria's armor. He was fixing up, improving the make of it a little bit. So you make your way to Kaladar's. You pass along the news that rain check for the dreams. You hand off this stuff, and he kind of gives you a disapproving look. He's like, "My home is not your dumping grounds, thank you. But fine, just this once.
Oh, we're gonna be back here later. It's like
I'm sure you
a
will.
few hours.
I know.
Are you still mad that we broke your door that one time? We
Yes,
fixed it.
I know, but you still broke it. And if I look closely, I can see the seam on the wood. You say you mended it.
Oh, wait! I want to look.
Roll a perception check.
Ooh. Get to your character sheet there, buddy.
Right. 21.
There's no seam.
There is not a seam.
You're just not looking closely enough.
I am looking plenty closely
No.
enough. These are some good buckling eyes here, buddy.
No, you need the trained eyes of a learned man to see what
A
you need to
seam.
see. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Everything is not all as it seems sometimes.
Did you just slip a pun into your own rant?
We did.
That is the mind of a learned man.
I'm just gonna be like, well, Kaladar, if you don't want us here, we can just go.
No, it's not what I meant. I always... Look, I don't mind seeing you around.
So you don't mind if we leave the armor here because we're going to be back later and you'll get to see us again?
Yes, it's fine.
Aw.
Just set it down on the ground over there by the couch. It's fine.
Thanks.
Start charging you rent.
I want to, like, is there any piece of paper, like, nearby, like, just that I can see?
Yeah, sure. He's got like some sheets of paper, like on some notes that are written out and just lying on one of the tables. You see that in the single intervening day since you were last like since he cleaned everything up, it's already kind of started to accumulate clutter again.
I want to just find a piece of paper and sneakily write on it, "You're the best," and then draw a little fire with a thumbs up inside of it.
Roll a stealth check or sleight of hand check.
Boop. Alright. Well, it's not. We're waiting on the app. We're getting there.
I'm not betting you have a big thing to add to that.
I mean, 17.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Hey.
Okay. I'm wrong. Yeah, he does not notice. So you just kind of grab a paper and just quickly while he's having it out with Bryce, you just kind of like write it down quickly and slip it back.
I just want to like put it somewhere where it's gonna be really obvious when we leave.
Okay. Yeah, you can. There's plenty of spots. You can put it face up on a couch. You can put it wherever you want. I'll let you kind of decide since you rolled high enough.
Yeah, it's on the couch.
Okay.
Yeah, I leave.
Okay. So, the day passes. Is there anything you'd like to do before you meet up with Sloan?
I do not think so.
I can't think of anything.
Okay. So, night approaches. The sun begins to set, and you make your way down to the docks, the upfall docks at the edge of the Huon River, at the Broad Bank. You find your way to dock 63, and you see it's this kind of long dock. It kind of winds back and forth, zigzags a little bit, and at the end you see Sloan, or what you assume is Sloan, a figure kind of crouched in the shadows that just kind of like
Quite subtle. Let us approach.
Okay, so you approach. You see she's crouched next to this. Calling it a dinghy is generous.
Oh.
It is this little, like, it can seat the four of you, but it's going to be tight. Little rowboat, and it's got the classic, like, archetype of a rowboat, right? It's got the two oars sticking out the sides. And someone's like, "All right, welcome. Did you come alone? Were you followed?"
No.
Of course not.
Are you sure?
Who would want to follow us?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe some folks with blue eyes.
I'll roll a perception check.
I mean, now it's too late.
Oh, okay. Well, 11.
11. Yeah, you don't think you're full.
I didn't see anybody. I've got good eyes. I've got good forest eyes.
What do you see with your forest eyes?
I see a really bad boat.
Oh,
Don't
come on.
call her that.
Oh, sorry.
She's beautiful.
I guess so.
That.
All right. It looks. Oh, it's floating. That's
All
what, that's all we
aboard!
need. Yep.
Does she have a name?
Of course she has a name.
What is?
And her name is Frontier Dreams.
Oh. No, I'm gonna give it a little pat and be like, "Nice to meet you, Frontier Dreams. I'm Bryce."
Thank you. That is very sweet of you.
You always gotta greet a shit before you get on them.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh.
impolite.
Where did this Southern Belle come
I
from?
don't know. I don't know why that line is out
I
like
had a huge like, "Hi, hungry, I'm dad" moment. I'm Bryce. Oh no.
So you all pile into the boat, and as you do so, you see that a lot of boats are still kind of out on the water right now. There's mostly merchant boats coming into port. You are one of the few people leaving the dock at this time of day, but there's enough traffic that you kind of gauge that you probably won't attract too much attention as you sit down in your boat. And Sloan takes a seat near the front, and she says, "All right, so we're looking for, there's a very specific rocky outcropping we gotta find, and it's right at the edge of the falls. You'll know it. It's got 3 small points that come up, and that's our target. We're not going to the filigree. We're not going straight to the palace. It's a fool's errand. Guards will catch you, pepper you with arrows. You'll look like a pincushion before you even set foot on land.
Good to know.
We're going for a 3-pointed rock. I'll give my best directions, but I'm going to need some help keeping an eye out in this darkness.
I'll help.
Okay?
I have dark vision.
Okay, well, I also need some muscle, so who's rowing?
I can't see anything, but I was hoping to be able to row.
Oh.
Perfect. So are you down to row?
I'll row.
Alrighty.
Woo.
Alright, but also, shh, we gotta shut up.
We sit down.
This is the best part.
Okay.
So Sloane gets out and she unropes from the dock, undoes the knot, tosses the rope in, gives it a push, and then hops into the boat with you. And so like, all right, so keep your eyes peeled. All right, navigator,
Mhm.
I'm looking at you.
I'm looking.
All right, roll a perception check.
Yeah.
We're just
Oh.
moving forward like this.
Alright, I got it. When you pull it back, that's when it actually pushes the water. And then it comes us forward. That makes sense.
If we do it at the same time, we go. Oh.
24.
It's too many syllables. Yeah.
That one. It's not like.
Okay, so you're sitting at the front of the boat. You're scanning the horizon, and at this time of night, like the last vestiges of the light have kind of started to fade. There's just faint glimmers on the ripples of the river. The water is fairly calm, placid right now. So it's like super easy to pick out the one that you need to see. Even despite, the slight darkness, there's just enough light and it catches it just perfectly that you see silhouetted against the fading sun 3 rocky little points far off in the distance.
Mhm.
You also see that they are like right in front of the waterfalls. So
Oh, a bit tricky.
a little tricky to get to. So I'm going to need you two, with the guidance of Saoirse, pointing you where you need to go. Both of you roll athletics checks for me.
Alright.
So you're rolling to keep pace together
Mhm.
and to angle yourself just the right way.
21.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a nat 1, and it's also a -1.
So
Good to know. Good to
I'm
know.
carrying this boat. I am rowing this boat.
Well, you're just going in circles.
Yeah.
So you said you got a 21?
Yes, I
Okay.
can navigate in circles.
Wait.
Flight
Wait. Hang on. Just a second. Just a second. Just a second.
So this is like a gradual thing too. So like it's not like an instantaneous, like you see that something's going wrong and you do something. It's more like, I'd say with your perception though, you can tell if you're starting to veer a little bit off course. And
Do I
As
just
you're-
drop my oar, like
as you're rowing, it's not like, it's like you're kind of flubbing it, and then Rand is like,
I can reach over and be like,
but
We have to go that way.
keeping in mind that it's a natural 1.
So
you-
I can't use my Song of Fortune after a natural one.
No, it would have to be before.
Dang it.
Does that let you re-roll?
It gives advantage.
So, but you do start to veer slightly off course.
Hey,
Um,
hey, keep hey, Bryce.
No.
Do I need to? Saoirse gets out some drums, but like very quietly, just like
Okay.
to help everybody keep time with the rowing,
Okay.
Oh,
So just roll me a performance check to see
Sure.
how helpful that's going to be. And then we'll decide how that's going to play out with the two of you.
Let's say, what does this nat 1 do?
Well, this is going to be like a progressive thing. So it's not just one roll is not going to sink you. Literally.
Performance.
Yeah.
There's a 7. Wait, hang on.
You can roll like a 2, I think, and get like a 15, I think.
17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so with the beats of the drums, you do feel like you are getting back on pace a little bit. Roll me another athletics check, the both of you, to see how well you do. That is going to help with the DC a little bit.
Oh, that's a natural one.
Wow.
That's a 4.
Okay.
So that becomes a 5.
Okay, and then your total is 3?
No, it's 5 minus 1.
Okay, all right. Okay, I mean that lowered the DC, but not that much.
I don't know what else to do at this point.
So here's what happens. Like, Rand, you are rowing with the beat in one direction, and then so like you're coming down with the beat, and then Bryce, you're going up with the beat, and so you just start to like kind of zigzag a little bit and progressively just get further and actually no, you don't deviate
Wouldn't
from
that
the
just
path.
make us go in a circle?
No, previously you were going in a circle because
Oh,
only one of you were rowing.
Yeah, but you're rowing kind of out of sync, and so you're like not really
still
in
getting
control.
there.
You're getting there. You're actually still on target. You're dead on actually.
Oh.
Really fast towards it. I'm gonna need some athletic saving throws, or I guess that'd be just an athletics check for me again, to see can you slow down in time to stop yourself from colliding. You are seeing this rock go bigger and bigger in your vision.
hang on. Can I please do something?
Yeah, I'll allow you to do.
Please, let me give. Oh goodness.
Yeah, I would say you would. You obviously know something's going wrong at this point. So if you wanted to use
Can I
something,
please
yeah,
give?
Sloane's just in the back of the boat, just like chuckling, like, oh no. You watch her get her feet kind of braced against the sides of the boat, you know, and arms half lifting her up. She's like ready to bail at a moment's notice.
Don't worry.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Waters
Uh-huh.
than these.
Yep. She starts slipping a boot off. She's like, "You're doing great. You're doing great." Puts one foot in the water. She's like, "Amazing. Just keep doing what you're doing." Saoirse, what you doing?
Okay. So for
I need more adventure music. What am I doing?
May I cast
Very good.
command at a second level
On Bryce.
on both of them and use the word synchronize?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. What's the save for that?
Let's see.
This is a spell, isn't it?
It's a spell.
It's a
14.
wisdom save, right?
14.
All right. Wisdom 14.
Saving throws?
Or you could
I had
intentionally
advantage on
fail
wisdom
it.
saving
Yeah, you
throws.
can intentionally fail if you want to.
Will you guys just let this happen?
Well, I mean, can we?
Can
just-
we?
Yeah, you can just let it happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can choose to fail a
Absolutely,
save.
that's what we want.
So
I was like, oh boy.
now command only lasts for 1 round.
Yes.
So we'll keep that in mind.
Mhm.
But you told him to synchronize. So
I got 16. I mean,
yeah, Bryce, just roll for me
Okay.
as well. Your athletics, yeah.
Oh, wait, athletics check? Or-
Yes. Because you're trying to synchronize and slow the ship down as you're coming towards the rock.
11.
Okay. All right.
Double digits.
And you got a 16, right?
Yep.
And with the help of Saoirse, you both just kind of like, as you hear this synchronize in your head, you both just like stop what you're doing, come down to the same location, and then just like and slow down a little bit. And it's not a perfect dock, but
hate
you
this.
do it just in time to slow down a little bit. Just a little bit. If you'd been going a little bit faster, you would have just like totally beached onto this rock, and who knows how much damage you would have done to it. But
To the rock, of
yeah,
course.
oh,
we'll
absolutely.
never
Yeah,
know.
yeah. But
I'm
you do
sorry.
still hear.
I'm not coming back next week.
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I totally get it.
That's it.
It's within your rights.
You said beach, and I thought whale.
But you do hear a little bit of a crunch as you make contact with the rock. You have successfully steered into this almost little alcove where the rock kind of slopes up a little bit. You can see the 3 points past you.
Mhm.
You've avoided some rocks sticking up to either side, but you still hear a little bit of a.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
That'll buff out.
Can I buff it out though? Like I have mending. Is it small enough? I think it's like a square foot.
Roll an investigation check on me.
So many checks today.
Investigation.
Just cash in those checks.
Ooh, 5.
It's like there's some tears on the end. There's some. It's nothing big. Like there's not a gaping hole, but there's like a series of kind of a split plank here, a split plank there. It's not like taking on water. It's still kind of like half in the water, half not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to say if you took it back out how seaworthy it would be.
Right.
And because it kind of runs the entire length of the ship, it's a little bit beyond mending, unfortunately.
Okay.
But Sloan, who has like been half in the water this time, like kind of pops up, just like, well, that was. You did great.
We tried.
You did great.
You
did
did
great. Yeah, I mean, listen, she dreamed of the frontier. Here she is. She made it. So.
Wait, is this the first time you've done this?
No, I've done this before. Just not with Frontier Dreams. This was her big journey.
Oh.
She made it, right?
Yeah.
That's the important thing. Why don't we get out of her?
Ah! Jeez.
Yep. I'm leaving.
Okay, all right.
I'm
So
gonna give her another pat and say, "Did great." But I almost said Mary.
What?
Did great, Frontier.
yeah, Sloan kind of bends down and gives Frontier a pat. She's like, "That's okay, Fronty. You did good." And she hops up onto the rock and she's like, "All right, so we got to keep low. We are still visible from the filigree walls, so we're in some shadow. That's good, but we can't linger here too long. We need to get behind, in between those two spires over there, or those two rocks over there. I don't know what I call them. Spires. They're not spires. They're just rocks, but over behind those two rocks right there." She gestures towards the left two kind of outcropping rocks. And she leads you behind them, and she says, she points to a spot in the ground, and you had thought, this looks like all rock, right? This kind of gray, rock. Gray rock.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's great being a DM, let me tell you.
A master wordsmith.
Yes, I am a good words person. But she points to the ground, and what you thought was just a continuous kind of slab of rock, you watch as she reaches down and pulls a tarp across. So it was actually a tarp that was colored to look identical to the rock around it. Ooh,
Wow.
intrigue.
A great tarp? Who knew?
Yes. Come on.
I'm so proud of
I'm
you.
trying.
You're doing great.
How well lit? Oh, by the way, is because like I don't have dark vision. I might be
Yeah.
the only person that can.
So you would,
What's
yeah,
that
it is
thing?
getting to be like dark out. So in a few minutes, you would start to have penalties to your perception checks.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out Rory and say, "All right, Rory, you gotta help Bryce out. He can't see. Here you go.
Thank goodness.
You take care of him."
Of course, hey buddy.
Someone's like, well, hey, what are you doing? Are you trying to
sorry.
blow up our spot right now? Come on.
He can't see.
I know, but
we're secret. Just
put that light under a bushel.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. I did.
Because I was thinking it too. I was like, if I don't make this joke, Paul is.
You can always depend on that.
I do talk about
Okay. Only use that when I say it's okay to use it. All right. Okay. But good. All right. So she gestures down to the space that she's uncovered with the tarp, and you look down and you can see that there's a small hole that goes down into the rock. And Sloan points to it. She's like, "All right, so that's a little tunnel. That's going to take us to the filigree underground by the falls.
Oh.
It's actually, you're going to like this. It's a great view. This is not the view I'm talking about, but trust me, it's going to be worth it. Just mind your step. It's a little bit wet down there. Haven't lost anybody yet.
Who have you taken?
Oh, just me and Tessa. There's a reason Tessa doesn't come back when I do this. But mind your step. Be careful.
Why doesn't Tessa come back?
All right, here we go. And she walks. She starts to like back down into the hole, and you can see there's like hand holes, like crudely kind of carved into the side of the little gap that she slips into, and she leads you down into this opening. And you can feel as you go down, there's actually a little bit of a breeze coming up from the rock. It's a colder breeze, and it carries with it a lot of moisture. It's very humid. You can feel like your clothes as you descend start to kind of stick to you a little bit. And it's also like it's just very like kind of slimy on the walls. It's clear that there's been a lot of water deposited here. There's like a little bit of that like kind of creeping slimy algae starting to grow in places. Not enough to where like you're afraid you're going to slip, but like, you know, this place sees a lot of moisture, right? Obviously. So she leads you down. I don't know, why did we do that for moisture? But given your proximity to the falls, when you got up onto this rocky outcropping, you could hear the falls kind of crashing in front of you. But now that you're in here in this tunnel, it's like almost deafening. And as you follow this tunnel along, you get down to like a flat area and you can now walk, and Sloan is leading the way. And as you're walking, it's kind of tight, but it starts to expand a little bit to like maybe 5 feet across, and eventually the wall on your left, as you're walking along, just kind of gives way, and then a large opening appears to your left side. And as soon as you see that, you also see beyond it is the falls. You can see just a torrential downpour of river water just cascading on the other side.
Oh, that's lovely.
What?
Yeah.
Ren just gonna bow to the waterfall.
Okay.
Can we talk about how in modern video games there are not nearly enough secret passages behind waterfalls?
So true.
Not
I
nearly
get so
enough.
disappointed in every game that I play that has waterfalls that doesn't have
Exactly.
anything behind them.
You know, it's like there's got to be like a chest or something back there.
When I was playing Elden Ring, like every single waterfall I checked, there were like 2 in the game that had stuff behind them,
Ugh.
and every single one I felt so vindicated. But like, it took until like
Wild.
yeah, it was like 50 hours in the game before I found one.
Every waterfall is magical and deserves a treasure chest
Exactly.
behind it.
We
Exactly.
should go find the waterfalls and put a chest behind this.
Leave no trace.
That's a good point.
Well, I mean, like, also it could be like a take one, leave one kind of thing, right?
Oh, like geocaching.
Like what caching?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
But the sound in here is loud. This just oppressive, almost white noise of the falls is it's almost hard to bear, and it also ends relatively quickly. The ground under your feet though is like it's very slick. So just for fun, let's roll.
Oh yeah, just for fun.
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 Just for fun.
Funsies.
So much fun.
You can roll an acrobatics check.
Hang on. I want to.
I just want to see what happens.
But I want to give bardic inspiration to Bryce.
I have.
He has like plus $1 billion. In
Oh, you have acrobatics.
Ooh.
Okay, just not athletics. It's,
Mhm.
okay. Anybody else have? Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah. 23.
Mm-hmm.
And who?
Oh!
7. Uh-oh. So you two. No
This
problem.
year should beef it.
Yeah, it's not low enough. I just wanted to see if anybody would roll a natural one. But
Oh,
yeah, you do beef it, but like you don't go tumbling into the waterfall.
like maybe you
but-
hurt my tailbone or something.
Yeah. Your foot gives out like just like one moment you're stepping, and the next moment it's like, and like your heart just stops for a second, and you
And I
slam
die.
on your
I'm gonna
tailbone.
roll a new character.
Yeah. Rip Saoirse, you take 1 point of bludgeoning
Oh
damage
no!
to your butt. And this opening is only there for like maybe 100 feet, but you kind of quickly get to the other side.
And that's still during the really loud section,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Saoirse just like totally beeps it. Nobody else really notices unless you're walking behind her. But you make your way through this passage, and then after the opening fades behind you, and Sloan looks at you, he's like, "Wasn't that cool?"
Yeah, that was great.
I know you can like feel it physically, right?
Yeah,
really.
in
like-
your bones.
Yeah. Really? No, he's like shakes you to your core,
Which
right?
bone is it?
Just all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Well, follow me, and now we really gotta be quiet. This is the important part. We're gonna come up. I should probably tell you some of this stuff before we actually get
Yeah,
there.
maybe.
Yeah. We're gonna come up right next to the palace in the filigree. Okay. I want you to be deathly quiet. Deathly quiet. Can you do that? You don't have to be that quiet, but like. I mean, death creaks and a little bit rattles, But, okay. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Quiet as a dead
Yeah. So she leads you out of the passage starts to slope upwards again. She leads you out of this gently sloping passageway, and you come up, and you notice actually as you're exiting the passage, the stone all around you has been the same kind of slate gray color, right? As you step your first foot out of the passageway onto exposed ground, you notice that the ground that you're walking on has changed from this slate gray to an almost like volcanic black. Something that you didn't really notice before when you were in the filigree, because it was all paved and constructed on top of the rock. But this rock is very different from the rest of the make of the stones and debris that you've seen in the river, near the river, and even the makeup of the two banks on either side of the river. This is like a dark volcanic kind of rock.
Is it a porous kind of rock, or is it sleek like an obsidian?
It is porous.
Okay.
And you remember the description of the tunnels that were described to you when you were getting your gardens tour, about how sometimes the flow of the water underneath the filigree, because the filigree does not go all the way down to the base of the river, the water can flow up and into some of these passages and creep up and form pools on the surface of the filigree. And one of those is the makeup of that kind of water under the bridge that you walked across to get to the gardens in the first place. But yeah, you set foot down on this rock, and immediately you can see looming in front of you and above you the Imperial Palace, and then stretching up high above you the Eyrie, the tower holding Malaka's egg. And as you take this all in, we'll pick up here after a break.
right.
But before we go to break,
Ooh.
Will's giving me a look because I almost forgot. We've got a new thing that all credit goes to Will for this. We've got a thing, and it's new. So every week from now on, we've got a D&D dad joke. You
We're
love
not
it.
sorry.
And so I would like for anybody who's watching, put your answers in the chat. And when we come back from break, we'll find out what the answer is to this week's riddle. It's not a riddle. It's a joke. This week's D&D dad joke is, what is a cleric's favorite hot drink? Come back in 10 minutes and find out.
Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna take a nap.
Here.
We made it. We're
I
back.
had a nap.
We're back. We're okay.
Great.
I'm just late.
We're okay. We're back. Sorry, we're most of us back. It's been a sleepy one. We're sorry.
Not as bad as last week was for me, lack of sleep wise, but still just not.
I know we were playing, and I got like more energy when we were playing, but I was very tired. I really
The
like that
second wind
dinosaur
will come.
game.
The second wind
That's the only
will
time
come
I've
in.
gotten to play it with more than two
Right,
people.
Second wind.
Oh.
Wow.
That's what so many people think that our thing is, you know.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's what Hunter thought for the longest time, is that it was
Yeah.
second winds.
Right. Well,
But it's
Cameron
not.
thinks that it is like a second wind or a second chance for people who are a little lost.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really cool.
Hey, that's me.
Can we tell them our new company motto?
Sure.
Well, we're live, so I mean, no better
We're
time
live.
than present.
It's true.
That was one of my favorite things that we did yesterday in the meeting. It is community before profits.
Oh.
Isn't that great?
We've done really well at
Yeah. Yeah.
We are living up to it.
Welcome.
But it is fantastic. It is a great theme. Oh, speaking of themes, jokes are like themes.
Are they now?
Huh.
Shut up, I'm going to read the answer. What is a cleric's favorite hot drink? And does anybody here want to take... No, you've probably seen it.
I saw it.
I saw it.
Everyone's seen it.
Anybody in the chat?
Did we get
Anybody?
some answers in the chat
Anybody
also?
guess?
Oh, that's okay, because the right answer is divinity.
Oh!
Uh-huh.
It's terrifying.
The latter syllable of that word is spelled TEA.
That's yes.
To explain the pun.
So in order
You're
to
fine.
Jokes are funnier when you
keep
explain
things
them.
moving, I did also want, because I forgot to do this as part of the announcements, because it happened right before the stream, and before the stream, my brain is like a puddle of soup.
A puddle of soup.
Yeah, it's like somebody spilled a bowl of soup on the ground, and then, yeah,
It's my new band name, Puddle
Yeah.
of Soup.
yeah.
It is. I'm
Like,
writing it
yeah,
down.
please do.
It's a cover band. They play Puddle of Mud songs and Bowling for Soup songs.
I was hoping bowling for soup would come up.
Yeah. But I did want to actually quickly shout out Bly for the tier 3 sub. You're amazing, Bly. Thank you so much.
Woo! Literally the best.
Wonderful.
Literally bad.
This stream
Incredibly.
is for you.
Best.
Speaking of this stream,
The stream.
let's get back into it.
Into it.
So you have exited the hole.
It's true.
You are now.
We have exited the hole. Can we just?
That's what he
appreciate
said.
that for a
That's the
second?
first one you've keyed into this whole time. There's been so many.
I'm just. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, guys. I have exited the hole.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You can
It's
see.
about time.
You can see what is casting the shadows on the wall. Finally.
Wow.
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 And you can finally realize actually the shadows were kind of cooler. You have exited the hole. You have set foot down onto the filigree. This kind of steep.
Do you want to know what I'm laughing at?
No.
Kind of, but also
I'd
I
rather
will.
not.
I've got a lot to get through still. I'm sorry. But yeah, I do.
All I was laughing at was this because I was imagining the rock had hair.
That is very funny. I do like that visual.
It's just yeah.
So you're on the film. I have a description that I'm gonna look at now. So you are not really like you're not in the filigree as you know it, right? You're not on the city part of the filigree. You're on the rock. You're on the volcanic rock. But you can see stretching up above you the Imperial Palace, and you see the two wings of the palace going off to either side. You see the Eyrie in the center. You see at the very top, you can just make out the egg poking up above the top of the tower. You also see the 6 smaller towers that are buttressed up against the main building of the Imperial Palace. The wings, as they call them, the 6 wings on this side, the major wings. They're tall towers, but they're dwarfed in comparison to the Eyrie. Each one connected by a flying buttress to the main building. And you can see, just barely make out people walking across the top. It seems there's pathways to, like bridges to the towers that go across the top of these buttresses. But the main interest, what you're really concerned about, is that central tower, the Eyrie. What also catches your attention as you poke your heads up out of the hole is, yes, Groundhog style, Doug Trio style, the 3 of you just like boop, boop, boop.
Meerkats.
Yeah.
Can we be the Alolan Duck trio though?
Yes.
Yes,
The great hair.
I haven't thought about a Alolan Doug Trio in a while.
You
Makes
gotta
me
always
happy.
be thinking about
I
Alolan
know.
Duck trio.
I need to think about it more.
Diglett is also very powerful with the 3 little strands of hair coming up.
he's
So
Very
cute.
powerful.
So cute.
Speaking of strands, you see coming off of. This is actually a decent segue. This is a decent segue.
Good job, Paul.
You're gonna find out.
Woo!
You see these lights that are floating around the palace, kind of ethereally just bobbing up and down. These spherical lights. They are just kind of dancing around harmlessly, kind of peeking in and out of towers around the buttresses, flowing. There's a bit of a breeze here, given your proximity to the basin, a lot of wind kind of coming up and out of it. They don't seem affected by it. They just kind of bob and dance. And in the darkness and the fading light, it looks almost like the palace is floating kind of in a sea of stars, right? The darkness envelops it, but these lights provide just enough illumination to kind of see faintly where you're going. So it's enough to where you wouldn't necessarily be at disadvantage anymore for perception checks. But Sloane, kind of smiles and pauses for a second and looks at it. She's like, as much as I don't care too much for, this whole thing, what it represents, you gotta admit, like they know how to decorate for a festival.
What are those?
Well, so here's the thing. Those
look like baby stars.
right. Oh my God, you gotta see it during the festival when the aurora passes over the city. It's like you're transported to like somewhere in the astral sea in some kind of like nebula or like some far off world, like you've been dropped into the center of it, right? Floating in some gaseous cloud somewhere out there in the nether. But
Or something like that.
yeah, one might say. But from what I know, I don't know the details of it, but they enchant those little lats to kind of do their thing. You can't make it out from here. You get close enough, you'll see they're tied together by little almost invisible, translucent strand.
Oh.
Keeps them all together. I think it keeps them from just kind of like floating off into the into the basin. But yeah, it's beautiful. Anyway, who wants to climb a building?
Me?
Sure.
All right. So she actually starts guiding you towards the 6 wings. You actually notice as you get closer, there's a pocket of the palace off to the right side, close to where you came out of your hole. And that side is still dark. Is not illuminated yet. You don't see the spears. The spears, good lord. The spheres floating and lighting up the area. In the darkness, best you can make out right now is that it looks like there's some like scaffolding set up on the side. Maybe there's people actually still hanging these things up. And actually, those of you with dark vision can see. Sorry, Bryce.
Win some, you lose.
There's 2 main levels to this scaffold, and you can make out some figures that are still kind of walking back and forth on them. From this distance, you can't quite see what they're doing or how many exactly of them there are, but you see multiple people on the scaffolding, 2 levels, kind of evenly splitting the height of the palace wall. And so someone looks over at that spot. She's like, I guess I expected them to be done with this by now, but
What are they doing?
I think they're hanging it up. I mean,
In the dark.
well, I mean, they were probably working on it most of the day. I imagine they were probably making their way down the breadth of this.
Should we wait?
I don't know. It's up to you all. I haven't dealt with that before, but like, maybe make it easier, maybe make it harder. I don't know if we can navigate through if there's people over there.
Hanging what up?
Well, these things,
Decorations.
these lights, the strands.
The strands between the orbs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all connected like kind of streamer-like almost, and connected back to the palace walls. So they drift out from the palace walls like, well, kind of like tentacles almost. It's kind of creepy when you
Why did you look at me, huh?
What?
But, so these aren't always here. It's just for the festival.
Just for the festival, yeah. But, yeah, I mean,
well, is it pretty much the options are just sit here or go?
I mean, we can either try and scale the wall on our own. I don't know how good y'all are at climbing, or we can try and leverage that there's scaffolding, make our way up.
I say we hide for a bit and wait for them to be on their way.
Okay.
Oh, do we see people?
You can see people on the scaffolding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
Got it.
So what would you like to do?
Does it look like is there a way to tell if they're like in the middle of something, wrapping up on something?
Not from this far away. So for reference,
yeah,
just to give you a picture of like this space, there is the main building of the palace, and then there's the 6 towers in front that are kind of in front of you. So you can see in between the 2 furthest towers, you can see the scaffolding. So you can't really make much out at that distance. You can see the scaffolding and that there's people on it, but you need to get closer to get a better eye of like, are they close to wrapping up? Are they going to be here for a while? That kind of thing.
Is someone able to see if they're almost done, or like?
We'd probably have to get closer.
Because like if they're still like, I don't know, if they're gonna be here all night, then we're just gonna be sitting here.
Are you very stealthy? Or shall I go?
I'm very stealthy.
But you can't see.
Oh, I can't see.
I have quite good perception. I suppose I'll go.
It's always good to have somebody who's good at perceiving things, so to speak.
Okay, I will, let's see. Yeah, I'll try to sneak on over there.
Sneak on over.
Sneak.
Okay. So you approach the palace walls. How are you approaching? Are you trying to like come up from behind one of the towers? Or are you just walking straight up? What's your path?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to keep out of the way.
Okay.
So taking, I guess, the most roundabout route.
Okay.
While
Yeah.
still being able to get at least a little bit closer.
Okay. So they're like on the other side of two of the towers, so you could like kind of go around the far side of one of the towers
Yeah.
and kind of peek out the other side.
Pretty
if
much.
you wanted to. Okay. All right. So you take that route. Roll stealth check for me.
You sure not performance?
No.
I told myself I should probably use that song, that once a day song that lets me have advantage, and then I didn't do that.
That's fun.
So I got a 1.
Oh no, that's shocking.
Oh,
What's your total?
3.
Okay.
Oh.
You got this.
We'll see how that comes into play.
Okay.
Okay. So you make your way around the tower. And how close are you getting? Like,
So I have.
I'd say like to maintain behind the tower.
Stay behind the tower. I don't want to see the whites of their eyeballs or anything like that,
So
but I just kind of want to see movement. Like, can I see? Oh, they're packing bags, or are some of them descending ladders or things like that?
Yeah. So if you just go around the tower, you could probably get around 100 or so feet away from them.
Okay.
And from that distance, you can see there's about, from what you can make out, just looking without a further perception roll, you can see about, it's hard to see on the top from this angle, the top platform, but you can see 2 workers on the ground level. You can see 2 on the first platform. And then, again, you can't make out the top level, but the ones on the bottom, you make out what looks like a half-orc, and then a dwarf. And the half-orc and the dwarf are both kind of loading up. They're picking up boxes, rather. These open lid boxes, and they're carrying them over to what looks like a platform sitting on the ground that has a rope kind of suspended from it that goes all the way up to the roof of the palace, to a pulley system, and back down there's like a metal arm that's reaching over to hold this pulley. And it goes back down. You can spy from where you're at to like a winch to raise and lower this platform. You gather it's what they're using to bring supplies up to each level of the scaffolding.
Sure.
You don't see a ladder up to the first level, so it seems like they probably use the platform for transport too of people. But they are both loading up this platform with boxes, and you see as the platform gets full, the half-orc goes over and starts cranking the winch, and the platform slowly just rises up and goes up to the first level of the scaffold, where you see the 2 workers there walk over, unload the boxes, and you see one of them dip in, pulls out kind of a spooled up coil of some of these lights, and just sets it down, and then the other worker goes and picks it up and unspools it and starts to like kind of lay it down across.
Untangles it, make
Yeah,
sure all
exactly.
of them are lit up.
Yeah. Kind of knocks on one of them. But yeah, just starts to lay all of them out and untangle them. So they're just kind of going back and forth on this. You notice there's quite a few boxes still on the ground, and not a lot of them are mounted yet to the side of the wall. So hard to say how long they'll be here, but they have still a decent amount of work to do to mount the rest of these. But as you're observing this, the half-orc is, sending the platform up. The dwarf goes back to one of the boxes and sits down on it, and they pull out like looks like a little notebook or sketchbook and some charcoal, and they just look out over the waterfall and just start to kind of like, take a look and then go back down, take a look, go back down. You don't know if they're writing or sketching, but they seem to be intently working on something. But as they're kind of looking up for,
Haunted.
A ghost.
we're haunted.
We're a dungeon.
That is so true, and I'm the master
You're so
of the
right.
dungeon. So, as they're looking up to get the reference, they kind of look to the side and lock eyes with you, and they go, "Hello." That's the notebook down. And they go, "Someone there? Hello? Hey, Bruce. I think there's somebody here."
Saoirse becomes a tree. She can't do that.
He's setting his stuff down. He's starting to head towards where you're at. What do you do?
What is the wall and windows situation
On the tower?
Mhm.
No, none at ground level that you can see. Really, on any of the towers or on any of the palace, you gather probably a security measure.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
I know, right?
Security? What?
On my imperial palace.
That's weird.
But yeah, nothing directly in sight. But the dwarf is walking towards you,
Oh man.
and you're kind of around the tower, so I don't think any of you have visual on what's happening yet.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
So I mean, like, what else you been up to since you got into town?
Well, I got a letter from my mom.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
I wrote back because I wrote to her. I drew her a really good picture.
Oh,
It was very good.
Yeah.
This is risky. Is there anything 30 feet above me? Like any ledges or...
Yeah, I'd say there's no windows like directly accessible, but like,
Right.
a few feet up, yeah, they're all closed, but you could maybe get up to like a sill.
Yeah.
There's some outcroppings on the windowsill. So
Mhm.
like you may be able to get up to a perch there.
This is a dream.
Disappeared flowers.
Yeah. Oh, what was in my coffee this morning?
So are you gonna try and?
I'm gonna try to face
Up.
step up to a
Okay.
windowsill.
Okay. So you see one, and it's relatively thin, but you think you get up there. So you face step up. Roll just an acrobatics or an athletics check to try and like stay up there and not slip off because.
Can I maybe before I do that also do my little song?
You're just gonna like hum it to yourself real quick. Yeah, absolutely.
Song of Fortune.
Solid
Thank
finding.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And face step. Okay. Athletics or acrobatics?
Either one. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna make a difference. Yeah, I'm gonna do acrobatics. Because that worked so well for me before.
Sounds like
10.
Okay. You're not falling off immediately, but you are like slipping.
Okay.
There is a time limit on how long you're gonna be able to stay up here.
Okay.
The dwarf walks over to where you were standing.
Mhm.
Are there flowers left behind? Like when you do this?
It's kind of a it's not like they literally fall on the ground and leave evidence, but it's like a poof. They like despawn. It's a particle effect.
Yeah.
Oh, they despawn.
They walk up to where you were standing. You look around a little bit. That roses? Daisy?
Frick's sake.
Oh. How in the... They're looking directly at you. Bruce, I think we got a problem.
Okay.
What are you doing? You got a few seconds to figure this out.
I didn't want to have to do this, but
Health inspector.
safety. Oh shit. No. It's something else.
I was testing the safety of these windows.
No. This isn't. Those aren't. Where am I? This isn't home. Wait,
No, it's not.
Are they shouting at each other? Like
Yeah.
30 feet?
Yeah. No. No.
Those
It's not home.
lights, they're not fairies.
No. How did you get here?
I don't know.
Roll up. Are you trying to like do something, or are you just trying to convince them that you're
Just
legitimately
Just senile.
accidentally?
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Where am I?
Yeah, they're like,
Although, didn't you sing your little ditty to give you?
I did. Can I do it just flat?
you can. It's gonna. This is a really high DC you're trying to sell here. but
Really?
yeah.
Okay. 5.
Ooh.
Plus 6 is 11. But
Okay.
that's almost certainly not going to do it.
No.
And a 2.
Oh my god. What are the rolls tonight?
8.
Yeah, I think it's time.
No. I'm over the dice dungeon.
Over the dice dungeon. You brought it.
I
It's
did.
yours.
I did, but Michelle has kind of converted me to more like a gentle parent.
Reinforcement. Come on.
Okay. That is unfortunate.
Yeah. They look up at you and they're like, you gotta do better than that. I lost the voice. You gotta do better than that.
What do you mean better? That's not. How? Where am I?
Come on.
Are we hearing this?
Roll a perception check. Perception check.
Persuasion?
I will
Persuade
roll that
yourself.
I
I
will
will
pull that
roll the
persuasion.
persuasion.
10?
That gonna be a...
10?
It's dark.
Oh,
What? Here?
Not
I
not
have-
for your ears.
It's too dark to hear.
That's an 18.
Sorry, I can't hear you. It's so dark.
You would hear it.
I love that.
You don't hear it because just the roar of the falls with your proximity is
Sure.
just a little bit too much. Bryce, you could just barely make it out.
Go to your, like, perk up.
Yeah. Just a little. You hear this. You don't see it, but you do see the half orc start to walk over to the tower too.
I see it.
Do I hear,
You
like...
see the half orc workers start to walk over.
Do I, like,
immediately,
hear
like-
explicitly what's happening?
You just hear shouting. You don't hear or yelling, elevated voices.
But nobody's heading towards the party, right?
No, they're heading
Okay.
towards you.
Wait, you said
Nice.
the half orc was...
Was
Heading
moving
towards.
away from the platform, or the winch that they were operating, and heading over to where Saoirse was on the other side around the tower.
How far away from the party am I?
You're about like another 100 feet or so from them.
Okay.
The tower is kind of like midway.
Yeah.
Between...
I'm going to cast message. I'm going to do like the most subtle like point towards the party that I can and into Sloane's brain say trouble. Help or abandon, it doesn't matter.
Sloan just is like,
And she can respond in kind.
I thought you were really well acquainted. You didn't need the point. Was that a different thing? Or no, you can't.
I have to see people.
I can cast it through solid objects if I am familiar with the target
That's it.
and know it is beyond the barrier.
okay.
But I still have to like kind of subtly point.
Yeah, Sloan just kind of.
And I see that.
Think I hear
You don't see that. You hear
I
that.
I hear the face palm.
Yelling?
What?
All right, I'll be there in a second.
Wait, what?
You don't have to, but okay.
What's happening? What's
Sloan starts to creep.
I'm
over.
hearing yelling, I think.
Huh.
I hate when he makes faces like that.
Yeah, so Sloan walks over and sticks to the shadows and give me 1 second, sorry.
I'm gonna psychically speak to you. I feel like there's trouble. Hey, it's me.
Okay.
You hear yelling.
Okay.
My guess is Saoirse.
Yeah.
So,
Saoirse's found.
I think, yeah.
you hear so both of the workers now are below you. Like the orc looks up and is like, ugh, come on down. Come on. Are you a jumper? Are you gonna come on.
I do have a worst case scenario for this, but
Do we need to get the guards involved? Come on.
oh, this would be a really good pivot, but I'm not sure if she could sell it after that terrible performance. No. Just stop it, okay? You're not.
No, you got so much to live for. You've got friends and family back home. They all think and care about you. Come on.
So bad at your job.
My job is to hang lights. Come on. I'll give you to the count of 3.
Or what?
1,
Or what?
2. And as
And how am I meant to get down?
well, we'll catch you. I mean, jump, but like not in like a bad way. In like
What? What?
what do you mean?
That
What?
seems pretty big.
You're gonna catch me?
I'll do my best.
Oh, you're very sweet.
You see a head poke around the corner, and it's Sloan, and she's like, "Come on now!" And you see the 2 workers like, "What?" But Sloan is like looking at you, like motioning, "Come on, come on, now, come on, come on now."
Okay, she jumps.
Okay. All right. Just roll an acrobatics check for me.
No.
And the half orc is just like, no, other way.
She casts. Can I cast Featherfall?
You can,
I will
absolutely.
do that.
The dwarf is just like, I don't get paid enough for this.
Because that's a 2.
God.
Plus 2. I
Okay.
think?
Yeah, with Featherfall, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you cast Featherfall, and as you start to fall, Sloan jumps up, and she like, whap. You watch as she like pulls out a little potion. She pours it out in her hand. She rubs it together. She's like, oh, jumps up and like whap, slaps both of you, herself and you both go invisible.
Oh, neat.
And she's like, all right, I can only do that like once or twice. We gotta get out of here now.
I'm so sorry. It does look like they're gonna be here for a while, so we should probably split.
Well, we should get moving now then.
Okay, let's go.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Up the wall?
Okay.
Up the up. I want to scale the up.
Okay, how are you gonna do it?
Well,
Well, I
Because
thought
you're both
somebody-
running back to the party.
I don't like this idea at all anymore. I don't.
No, it's fine. Just par for the course.
Really?
Everything's fine. They can't see us. We're invisible.
But they'll be looking for us. And the rest of... Well, they don't know the rest of them. Okay, let's go.
You can see them behind you, like the two workers, like currently just like kind of like looking around the tower, like, did you see that? Did you see that? Like trying to figure out where you went to.
Mhm.
They are currently trying to find you. Poorly.
Yes.
So, what would you like to do?
I guess we can scale the wall, but I mean, my limbs are like jelly recently.
Yeah.
How long does that invisibility last?
Well, it's been about 30 seconds, so about 59 minutes and 30 seconds. So we're good for a while. But
Well, Bryce and I do have a little bit of a trick up our sleeve.
Oh,
tricks are good. Tricks are good.
Yeah.
And just show us where we're trying to get up this wall.
Oh, I mean, we're just
Or
trying to
better
get to the
yet,
roof.
we can see the area.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Oh no.
So I'm gonna summon my wildfire spirit.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, out of Rory. Hey Rory. I'm talking to Rory just like telepathically. I'm like, hey Rory, so buddy, you see the giant egg up there?
What's the distance on that small?
On what spell?
On the flame teleport.
The teleport?
Yeah.
It's within seeing distance.
I'm gonna need a fact check on that.
I'm fairly certain.
But well, yeah, let's
My
verify that
phone
real
is
quick.
in there. Sorry.
Wild.
A wildfire spirit's teleportation. I'm sorry. I
Don't
always
mind the
forget
DM
my
while
phone.
he renews his D&D Beyond subscription because he
Don't do
canceled
it.
it with the OGL stuff, but they rolled it back, and I can't access any of your character sheets
Oh.
anymore.
Ooh.
Or
At
Sloane's
least it's
character
a-
sheet. I'm working off of the old ticker up
Old
here. This isn't the
noggin.
ticker. This is the
Laughing
thinker.
God? Question mark?
I'm looking up wildfire spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's showing me druid circle of wildfire.
Yes.
Yep, that's the one.
That is the one.
So wildfire spirit.
But I'm on board for this. I just want to make sure. You
I
got
do
it.
know that Blink Dog's teleportation, I think, is up to 40 or 50 feet.
Okay.
The spirit and each willing creature of your choice within 5 feet of it teleport up to 15 feet to unoccupied spaces.
Oh, 15. I'm
Yeah.
very wrong.
I was gonna say within sight. That's like
Never
Powerful.
Way too overpowered.
Horizon. Within sight.
yeah, yeah.
So 15 feet.
Okay.
Okay. And then Blink Dog is...
Oh, then each creature within 5 feet of the space of the spirit.
They have to make a
Yes,
saving
yes.
throw, yeah, or they get farted on.
Or they take a d6 plus proficiency bonus.
So, someone's like, well, let's do it then. What are you gonna do?
All right.
How strong are these threads?
I've never climbed on them before. Usually, I just go up the wall myself.
Aren't
But
they lit up
Mhm.
threads?
yeah, the threads are like translucent. They're from this distance you can't even see them, but like, they are the orbs. The lights are threaded together.
Oh, the orbs are glowing. The threads are not.
The
glowing.
threads are not glowing.
They're not growing.
They're not
either.
growing or glowing.
They're growing or glowing.
But yeah,
Okay.
someone's like, we could try it. I don't see why it wouldn't work, right?
Okay. So, all right, Rory. Yeah, we got to do what we did before. You've got to teleport Bryce up to the giant egg.
Oh, he's big now, right? Rory's big.
He's new, yeah.
Okay. You hear from the distance. Oh, I think that's them over there.
Oh, get smaller. I just kind of.
What do you need me to do?
Okay, you gotta teleport Bryce up to the egg.
I don't think I can go that far.
Oh,
I think I can only go. I had to assign a number to it. 15 feet.
can you make small little jumps till we get there?
Yeah, I can do my best.
Okay.
Okay.
And I just kind of I don't know. I imagine that like I go, okay. And then I like itch my nose a second, and then I like sneeze, and I'm like, choo! And just this giant fur ball of a dog just. I am
love
a
it.
blink dog.
Okay.
Yes.
They are the workers are currently moving towards you.
So wait, is he in his wild?
Yeah.
Fire.
He's
He
in
is,
his-
he is tiny little space. I'm just gonna
Can he
like.
still teleport into this form? Tiny.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
technically still.
I just take my paw and like push him towards you.
Does
And I telepathically speak, and I'm like, hang on tight.
it come through human, like in English language?
No, I barked in real life.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I like look at you guys, and I take a paw. And I'm
No,
like,
you don't.
"Oh."
We're invisible.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
you're
Blink Dog
right.
doesn't have true sight.
I guess the entire time, like Sloane's been talking.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of.
Let's run. If we're going for the orbs, let's go for the orbs.
Okay.
Let's do it now. We gotta go now.
I blink.
Okay. So you're just like poof, poof, and then just go. And the two workers just kind of stop there, like, I think this is beyond our pay grade. Let's go
They're
get a
seeing
guard.
this, or they're just confused
Yeah,
about
they're
the
seeing a
police?
wildfire spirit just like,
Yeah.
and a blink dog.
Just tongue hanging out. Like,
Yeah.
I
They both
think
just kinda, yeah.
between Each like poop of the teleport, just like.
just vomiting everywhere. Losing all the things in your pockets.
Just like you just poof and then just like cartwheel, like poof,
You were not tall enough for this ride.
They've
Yeah.
stopped and you watch as they kind of walk around the corner, off in the distance, presumably to go get a guard or something else.
Okay.
Mhm.
But okay, so you're making your way to the one of the walls that has the lights on it, right? You arrive there
Oh.
pretty quickly. You're not super
Mhm.
far, but you go a little ways down away from the scaffolding.
Mhm.
Are you gonna try and ascend?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if we come across anyone, let me have them. Let me try something before we just react.
So I guess I tell Rory, yeah, just keep teleporting him towards the egg.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay. So just
Does he?
I'm following. Like, oh, that's a cool image. Just a blink dog teleporting run up. Is this a wall?
it is a wall.
Oh,
So
okay.
as you're teleporting up, there is a split second where you are in free fall. So
Mhm.
you will need to either try to grab onto some of the ropes to stop yourself and then continue your blink up, or it's not just like a free like fly hack. You know?
Oh.
So you will need to, I'll say, roll athletics checks for me, both of you.
Do I have any control over my journey?
It seems like you're not. I'm not going to make you roll a disadvantage, but I will factor that into the DC.
Okay.
Saoirse, Sloane, you just hear her voice like, "Hey, I don't know where you are, Saoirse, but you good?
Right here.
You got this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. You got nowhere else to go, right?
No, I want to go home.
Well, okay.
This is awful. Gosh. How are we even gonna I was so looking forward to maybe getting to use the scaffolding but I have jelly limbs right now and I can't do it.
I mean, if you want to climb on my back, I guess you could.
And disadvantage you?
Well, I mean, that's a very particular way of saying it. But, I mean, how about this? She reaches in. Well, you don't see her. You just hear
Yeah.
some shuffling, and then you see PD just kind of, and then appear, unfold. That you see the kind of tentacles just
You
out.
need to keep him safe.
Yeah, but I mean, if you need like some help, he can't like lift you all the way
Well,
up, but he
no.
can give you some help.
Does he just like hug Saoirse's back and she just kind of
Yeah, we'll say like backpack style, just like. Well, he kind of floats around for a little bit, trying to like grab the air in several places.
I like try to reach out and like like slap each other a little bit. Like
Eventually, you make contact, and he's like just kind of like backpack style wraps around you.
Oh,
Hey, well, the time for homesickness, like there's a place for it. The side of a building is not that one.
Okay.
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need. Okay.
I'm gonna start going up. If you want, you can go up before me. That way, if you fall, you bonk me on the way down. I guess. I don't know if that's gonna help anything.
I'm gonna. Can I give? Gosh.
Give yourself bardic inspiration.
I don't think I can give
I don't know if you
myself.
Can you? Can you inspire yourself?
I inspire myself every day.
I do sometimes.
What's your greatest source of inspiration? Me. Other than yourself is the rule.
Yeah. I am going to give Sloan bardic inspiration.
Okay. How's that look? What are you gonna do?
I'm probably like not even looking in the right direction, but she can't tell either.
Yeah.
But like you can hear my voice like pointing in a different direction, and she's like, I'm sure you don't need this because you're much more athletic and strong than I am, but I would hate if something happened to you. So here you go.
You hear from above you.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Hi, you. There you go.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
So, yeah, she has bardic now. She doesn't need it. I probably just burned that. Anyway.
The two of you. How'd you do on your?
15.
Okay.
What kind of roll was it again?
Athletics.
17.
Nice. Yeah. Miraculously, just like especially for you,
Minus
little
one.
chaos flame pinwheel like arcing up like little flame tracer just like arcing in the night sky. But like you somehow managed to like kind of grab onto one of the strands on your way up just to stabilize yourself before Rory's like, here we go. But you both make it up. Bryce, you just kind of arc over the top and just like it just goes and you land on the roof. Saoirse, give me an athletics check.
I don't wanna.
With advantage because you are being helped by
Yeah, you are.
by Petey.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
boy. Does Petey also become invisible, or is he?
No,
just
Petey is
weirdly,
visible.
like,
It's just like this like
shape?
metallic almost looking kind of backpack just like and just gradually just like
12 plus 1, 13 on the
Okay.
first roll.
okay.
15 plus 1, 16 on the second.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you make it like halfway up, no issues. Just kind of going from, one to the other. They're spaced pretty closely, so like you're able to just kind of
Mm-hmm.
reach up, grab one, reach up. And you're moving slow, but like it's steady, right?
Mhm.
But
Thank you so much, Petey. Thank you so much, Petey. Thank you so
you
much,
just hear,
Petey.
like,
Thank you so much, Sloan, for letting me have Petey for a moment.
"Yeah, no problem. You hear from above you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get about halfway up. Roll me another athletics check
Sure.
with advantage again.
All right. 19 plus 1, dirty 20.
Ooh.
I think that's about as good as it's gonna get.
Unless.
No, it is as good as it's
Okay.
gonna get. That was a 10.
Yeah. So
dirty
it's like-
20.
yeah. As you go up, you're like, I'm getting the hang of this. No problem. No problem at all.
I just needed to be inspired and also to have an android on my back.
you also like reach over to one strand where one of the orbs is closer by,
Mhm.
and you almost grab onto the orb, but as you reach towards it, you feel like this weird kind of staticky energy. It gets like hot and kind of like weird feeling as you reach for it. You're like, ooh, probably shouldn't touch that. Really good that I didn't touch that. And then keep ascending your way up and you make it to the rooftop without issues. Sloane.
Don't touch the orbs.
Okay. Sloane, just barely. You just hear like a ooh,
Yeah, don't touch those.
and then
I don't
you
know
see
what they're made
Sloane.
of.
Well, you don't see Sloane.
I
but
don't
you
see
hear-
Sloane.
You don't see either of you. You two are kind of brushing yourself. You're brushing yourself off from the chaotic fight. You're just kind of like.
I just kind
But you hear two sets of footsteps just onto the palace roof.
Is it behind us or
Just nearby. And Sloane actually takes one big old point. of
Oh
damage.
no.
Yeah. But you are now on the palace roof. And you hear a disembodied voice behind you. Say, all right, so Central Tower. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm right here.
This is so weird.
Now I'm over here. Now I'm over Now I'm right here. I'm just kidding. We're heading for that tower. Now, if you look down a few feet off of the rooftop, you'll see there's this kind of, and she's not gesturing because she's not visible.
It's
But-
like when you nod when you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
to somebody on the phone.
Yeah. It's like down there at the end of the rooftop, there is a little bit of a balcony that juts out facing the basin. We're going to get onto that thing, facing the basin, and we're going to get on that. That actually wraps up, corkscrews around the outside of the tower. That's our target. That's our way up.
And, okay.
And
But
what buts?
what next?
We're going to make our way. We're going to get up on there. We're going to climb up to the top of the tower. We're going to do so stealthily because there's doors, there's windows, there's people inside that tower that can see out of it. Well, we're probably okay. These two, yeah, we may have troubles getting back down, but getting up, no problem at all. Just maybe like take it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
So DM, I realized I've made a grave error
Oh no.
in that I thought that Featherfall was just a first level spell that I could use. It's not.
It's much higher.
It it's a. I'm able to use it as a first level spell once per day.
Okay. I'll let you retcon it if you want, but you're going to take a little bit of falling damage.
That's okay.
Okay.
Because if I'd known that, I would have saved it for maybe the finale
Fair.
of this episode.
Fair.
Maybe. Thank you.
I wasn't going to
Thank you,
stop
kind
you,
DM.
but I had
I didn't
that
realize.
thought,
I was like, oh, I've got Featherfall here. I'll just use it. You know,
so
whatever.
you take 7 points of damage.
Okay, that's fine.
Bludgeoning damages.
Yeah, that's great.
And so we'll rewind a little bit. Just you fell down, and as you're falling, Sloane slaps you, and you go butt first onto the ground. You smack you. You get slapped in the face, and then you land.
She's like, idiots!
And that you lose your balance, and you just bam smack your tailbone in the exact same spot.
Oh, no.
You feel like you swear you hear just a little bit of a crack as you so. So mark that damage, but you are now on
Yeah.
the rooftop,
Okay.
and you are heading towards.
And I have a charge of Featherfall for emergencies and not for 30 feet of
That's a good thing to save.
Oh, goodness.
So everybody roll another stealth check for me, like climbing the roof. You don't. Well, I'll say anybody who's proficient with perception who can see in the dark also make a perception check for me.
I will do that.
Got a nice 12 on that stealth check.
I got a 13.
Okay.
And I got 15 on perception.
15?
15. Okay.
I'm invisible. Do I?
With advantage.
With
Excuse me.
advantage. That's what I thought. I was like,
I'm a
invisibility
dog.
gives.
I'm half height.
Okay, yeah. That previous roll was better.
Okay, so 17.
Yeah.
Okay, Sloane got a 13, which is not very good. What'd you get?
13
13.
for stealth. I got 15.
Okay, 13 for stealth. Noted. And then stealth?
12.
12. Okay.
I got 22 perception.
Okay. So both of you can make out just on the other side. So this roof that you're on, it's like a tiled roof, right? Kind of goes up to a point and then slopes back down on the other side. It's fairly wide, like maybe a couple 100 feet deep. So you can see to the other side just over the ridge if you get close enough to peek your head over. And you can see that there is like a platform on the other side, and you can see guards patrolling the opposite side with that view over the gardens where you'd been previously. You had caught a glimpse of them when you were getting the garden tour. They kind of patrol the rooftop. There's some more on the ground level. Doesn't appear to be very many on the back side of the palace. So if you're quiet, you shouldn't alert them. So we'll see how that plays out.
Can I psychically relay that to Bryce?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna tell Bryce to tell Saoirse and Sloan quietly.
Well, I see it, so I'll tell Sloan.
Hey, Sloan.
You say in the complete wrong direction. Yeah, so there's some patrols going on.
Okay.
I'm sure you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So there's some patrols going on, and we need to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot, I should have told you that. Yeah, on that side. No, I can see that.
What side?
On that side over there.
What side over where?
I hate
There's
this.
over on the roof over there. There's usually guards patrolling. We gotta be really quiet. Okay. So you make your way over to that balcony, and you with your perception check, you just hear the sound from the other side of the roof, just like. Did you hear that?
Mm.
I think I heard something. Well, go look.
What?
Oh, fine. Don't have to. Are these voices not distinct enough?
No. They were very distinct. I just enjoyed the go look.
Why do I always have to go look? Because you're the one that always hears things. Fine. And you hear like
Resident Evil piece of dialogue.
Must have just been the wind.
I saw a mud crab the other day. Vile creatures. You see a guard start to crest the side of the roof, just kind of walking up to take a look as you're going around.
I do message to Bryce. I say guards approaching.
Wait. Can I have a question, DM?
Yes.
All right. So, Sloan and Saoirse are invisible, yes?
Yes.
Does that mean that if they were to block the view of the guard in front of Bryce...
No.
Invisible means they can be seen through.
Well, dang.
We are not invisible cloaks.
That's a good thought. Good thought.
What and we're
So
walking.
would you
What
like
kind
to-
of pathway are we walking on?
You're walking on. It's just a rooftop. You're walking towards the balcony. You're getting close. We'll say you're like coming up to the balcony. So
How far away are we?
I'd say you're like maybe 10 to 20 feet from the balcony right now. So you could potentially make a mad dash for it and try to hide real quick, but it would be close.
Yeah.
Bryce, there's guards coming. Can I teleport you up there?
Can she teleport me? Is that a thing?
I
As a
can
blink
ask
dog,
Rory to.
Oh, Rory can, yeah. Blink dog can't.
Well, can you teleport me like underneath the balcony? So that way I'm...
What? Would they be able to see us?
No, 'cause
There's
they're
the
coming out
balcony,
on the
yeah.
balcony,
They're
right?
coming from the opposite direction of the balcony. Balcony's going towards the basin. They're coming from the side of the garden.
So
Right.
if we get under the balcony, we'll be safe.
Potentially.
Okay, can I poof there and make sure there's nothing there?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you poof under the balcony. Coast is clear.
Okay. I telepathically speak to Rory. Poof, Bryce over here, quick!
Oh, okay.
I reemerge at the first clip.
Yeah, you hear behind you like, oh, good thinking. Okay. You all hold your breath. It's never anything. I swear, I hear footsteps. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it. Oh. Maybe it's just my mind's way of saying I need to get some alone time.
So this is a very stupid way to use a spell, but
Maybe it's just the hours that we're working.
I have
staring
some
off
slots
into the
to
distance.
burn.
I mean, your senses play tricks on you. It's just how it is. Can't be blamed for that. I mean, I worked hard to get this post. It's just, I don't know. What's it for, really? I mean,
I want to like poke you. Be like,
I get to
Oh,
wear
wait,
the
never mind, I
fancy
can't do
armor,
that.
I get to-
I'm talking to you psychically.
oh, talk to him inside of his brain.
And so what?
Anything, make
It's
him
a
go
very
crazy.
bad idea.
That's horrible.
He already is on
I
the edge.
just
You
like
don't do
it's.
that to people. You started us.
He's already doubting himself. Just make him want to take a break.
Oh.
I mean, I do like the armor. The armor's cool. I always like wearing the armor. I just don't get to use
you
it.
hear
You
him?
know,
He's
I feel like
talking
it's
to-
not
he's been
functional.
talking
It's
to himself
performative. It's
now
just
for,
so
like,
performative. I feel like
5
I need something
minutes.
real.
All right. I look at him and I go in the ghostliest of psychic voices say,
Maybe I should join.
get some
Peace Corps.
coffee.
See, I'm just. Nope. Alone time's overrated.
Cream
Alone.
and sugar.
I'm lactose intolerant. There you go. And he wanders off
Dairy-free
you.
creamer. It's just a powder that's mostly oil and sugar.
But the coast is now clear.
Yay!
Okay.
Alright.
Well, you all ready? Let's get up
Yeah.
there. Yeah. All right. Follow me or shoot.
Everyone hold
Is
hands.
this now the tower to the area?
Yeah, you are like up against the
Oh,
area.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sloane reaches into her pocket and she's like, all right, I didn't want to have to do this, but I think if I keep it hidden, it'll be okay. And you see just a gentle illumination start to appear and float.
Or we could hold hands.
Oh.
Well, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
I should have told me that before I wasted this.
I'm sorry.
Disappears.
I tried to say it, but then.
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's hey, that's fine. All right. Well, maybe we start with the business.
Awkwardly hold out my hand in open space.
You feel? Are you going for Bryce's hand?
I'll go for Bryce's hand. Come towards Bryce, Sloan.
Okay, I'm here.
And I'm right here in front of. Okay.
Wait, don't
Oh,
my
okay.
grab 2 ghost hands are
No, I'm grabbing.
one.
Sloan has my hand. I have your hand. Do you have
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
okay.
like.
Rand hand?
I'm just gonna like
Rand hand.
and put a paw on Bryce's hand.
Oh.
All right, this is not how I envisioned this going, but I'm okay with it. This is fine. We're not dead. That's the important part. All right, let's go. So you come out, you go up on top of the balcony, and you go up to the top of the tower. We'll keep the perception checks going forward, keeping in mind that you're on the outside, so you're not making as much noise. That's just enough to get to the top of the tower, unheard of from the inside. But you crest the final few steps and you reach the top of the tower. And we can maybe actually pull this off.
Wow!
This last minute preparation.
Wow! Look at her!
The orb.
What is that?
The egg.
That is the egg.
No, I know. what is this?
That is a bowl that I found on the
Oh,
shelf.
I love it.
I originally wasn't going to have it on the map, but because I couldn't find anything in time. But
You scoot the camera a little bit.
They're used at weddings.
oh, nice. Yeah,
Little
you can pull it a
votive
little
holder.
bit. It looks a little funky on the camera if you pull it all the way out. I was going to say, don't pull that. Pull the.
Wait.
No.
Wait, do you want it like this? Wait, what do you want me to do?
No!
What do you
it's fine.
want me to
I'm
do?
done touching it.
But
Instructions unclear.
you can scooch the whole like mat out a little bit because it's on a mat if you want to. Oh no, it's perfect. It's good now. It's good.
fine.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Only on the big
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is just a kind of cross section. The actual full roof encircles the entirety of the egg, and you can see as you get to the top, there are on each side of the tower 2 kind of little outcroppings. On each one is a large ballista that's mounted, presumably for defense purposes, to secure the egg. But you
Secure the egg.
But you set foot on top of the tower. There's a cool temperature-wise, a cool and it looks good. Good job picking the texture well. A cool stone tile work decorating the top of the tower. It's very different from the cathedral that you were in before. This is pristine, well maintained. Being the top of the tower, you'd expect maybe some bird poop, some other detritus to accumulate. Is spotless up here.
Invisible.
Oh yes, finally!
We had talked about that like when they first broke.
And then Sloan, we'll just say it's invisible too. I have her
Yeah.
menu over there. I'll get it in a second. But you get to the top of the tower. You see the egg in front of you. Oh yeah, nice. You see the egg in front of you. The gleaming surface of it, unlike anything you've ever seen before. You were expecting maybe like kind of the classic eggshell white, maybe like a speckled shell, but this is completely unlike anything you've seen before. It is like iridescent. The sun is like completely set now. There is no light on the horizon, only the light of the stars and the moon above you. And it seems like every last ounce of effervescence, not effervescence is not the word, but like that every last bit of illumination from the night sky is being captured by this egg and reflected back out. And it is just radiating this kind of energy. You look out on the horizon and you can see the basin in front of you, the Vastral Basin, this last vestige of an ancient city that was mysteriously disappeared a couple thousand years ago. The remnants of that disappearance, this emptiness, this basin where the Huon River now pours into. You can see the full extent of those falls curving around in front of you, forming a crescent with the ridge line coming to a point on each side. This semicircle of falls dumping down into the basin below. From here, you can't quite feel it at the height that you're at, but you can see just the extent of the spray, the mist coming off of the bottom of the falls, lifting up a little bit into the air. And Sloane's voice kind of comes up behind you, and you hear her say, "So, remember what I told you about the aurora? Come up to the front of the wall here. Come."
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna have to lean over a little bit, but trust me, it's worth it. Just be safe. Don't get on top. Don't get on the railing. Just lean a little bit over. Okay, you good? You good? All right. So down at the bottom of the basin, just where the falls meet the ocean, where all that spray is, just look at that for a little bit. You should be able to see the start of the aurora. And so as you peer over, squinting your eyes a little bit to try and make it out, you see in the spray. You can't tell at first if it's a trick of your eyes, like almost like the kind of tracers that you might see a little bit if you've maybe had a little bit of the right substance. These blue lights start to kind of appear, like if you have an astigmatism also, like if the lights at night, that kind of like streaking quality that it gets, that you almost see this kind of appearing in the mist on the edges of the light. It starts to fade a little bit, and like the mist, it almost kind of deteriorates, like it's fragile and could crumple into nothing in any second. And you want nothing more than for that light to get stronger, for it to glow brighter. And the more that you look at it, the brighter it seems to get, the more it seems to stick out against the mist and the surf. And it just sits there and dances at the very bottom of the falls.
Was this the waterfall we just came from?
This is the waterfall. Yeah, this is the waterfall that you just saw, that you just walked behind.
Mm-hmm.
This is the falls, the Vastral Falls, that mark the edge of the city of Alavast. The ancient city of Vastra used to be where that basin is now, and it disappeared and left just this crater in this place, this crescent-shaped crater that the falls now pour into. And you see this light just kind of tracing a pattern. You can't really make it out, just an intricate pattern down at the base of the falls. And Sloan says, in a few days, that'll get bigger, and it'll start forming all different sorts of colors. The movements will get even more complex, and it'll come out of the basin and just arc over the entire city. It is, it's exciting. You're gonna love it.
Is it alive?
Well, I'll leave that to the scholars. Everybody's got their beliefs on that kind of stuff. Some say it's the Malaka's spirit coming back to keep watch over her egg and keep it safe. Some say it's the Moon King's spirit, always there to protect, the city, the citizens of Alavast. Me, I don't know. I just think it's kind of pretty.
It's quite pretty.
If I were to recall the tower, the light tower for the airships, does it look anything like that kind of energy?
Roll an Arcana check, actually.
That went into all of the other realms.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know what my plus is, but I got a 17.
Okay. Your plus is... Let me look that up for you. I forgot your phone died.
I want to say it's +1.
By the way, Sloan did use your bardic inspiration on the climb. So,
oh,
yeah.
Yay.
You can give that to anybody else without feeling like... okay. Nope, not Saoirse. I need Randolin. Come on, Wi-Fi.
I believe.
Me too. Okay. It's +2 to Arcana.
Well,
Yeah.
19.
19.
Woot.
With a 19, you don't know, you haven't been educated in, magic theory, arcane theory. You're not familiar with the schools of magic. You're just kind of operating a little bit off of vibes here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the way it's moving and the way you remember the description of the power source of the signal tower, it does seem reminiscent. You have no idea if it is the same kind of thing, but it could involve some movement of the planes. It could involve something traveling through them. It's hard to say. It gives you that same kind of gut feeling.
Is it the same color blue as the folded?
No. This is the folded was this kind of sharp electric blue. This is a deeper, not navy, but a deep blue.
Ultramarine.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good one.
Is there do I remember, because Savannah does not, does Rand remember anything about the light tower? Did they create that, or was that something that they found and then created? Does that make sense?
The signal tower was designed. It was created.
It was created.
Yeah. The actuators, the major organization in town of engineers, architects, etc., was responsible for the design.
Okay. So, but they didn't say anything about like where they might have gotten the inspiration.
No. Okay. You didn't learn anything about that yet.
I didn't think so.
And you hear a new voice behind you.
Oh,
Not Sloane's. Just Sloane, come on. You gotta warn me before you do this kind of thing. I'm guessing it's Sloane. You're there somewhere, right? If you're not, I'm like, you're really in trouble for being up here.
Who is it?
You turn around and you see, an older, not old, but like, a goblin woman in her, you'd say maybe early 20s. And she just she's wearing these robes that are composed of like these strips of fabric, all kind of layered on one another. They almost look like feathers.
wow.
Right.
Interesting. That's
My world building is all about subtlety. But they are this complex kind of layered robe that looks like feathers, and in the breeze it just kind of ruffles a little bit. And she says, oh, this really ruffles my feathers when you do this.
I hate you.
Does Sloane say anything?
Yeah. You hear a voice behind the goblin say, just like, gotcha. and Val's like, come on, you're gonna get me in so much trouble. Can't keep doing this.
Yeah, sorry. Someone told us there was a really nice view up here. We don't get you in trouble.
It's fine. Just like keep it quiet. Don't stay too long. It's. You didn't bring Tessa this time, did you? And you hear Sloane say, No. She wouldn't come. I think I scared her a little bit the last time.
So, I would like to stealthily blink up to on top of the egg, and I rolled a 17.
For what?
Stealth.
Oh, stealth. Okay.
To like do it without anybody knowing.
Yeah.
Just
yeah. What's your passive perception? It's huge, isn't
that's
it?
Right. It is 18.
18. Okay. Yeah, you see her do that.
I just want to like dog splat. Just. And can I also? What would I roll to like feel life inside this egg?
So, to do that,
or can I psychically reach out? Like what?
Can I quickly invent the ultrasound?
So
I did a pretty good Arcana check earlier. Maybe the candle tests for eggs. Where you look for the heartbeat and the.
But you get up to the top, and the first thing you notice is like this egg is surprisingly warm. Like it is, it's not radiating it, but it is like there's a pleasant warmth to it. And those of you down below, and you probably saw it obviously while you were there, but like the ring is not the egg is it's not here visibly here, but like in universe, you see that there are these rings, these porcelain light rings going around the egg, and they don't seem to be like supported by anything. They're just wrapped around it, starting from like just about below halfway, concentrically just kind of going around. And as they get closer to the bottom of the egg and to the base of the tower, they get tighter and tighter, forming like this kind of basket around it. And these white rings are just holding it in place, kind of keeping it in place. And, you assume maybe probably incubating it a little bit too, keeping it warm. But that's what you notice being on top there.
Get down from there.
What are you doing?
So are you going to try to reach out to it in some way? Tell me how you're going to do that, and we'll see how it goes.
I think as I like dog splat, I'm gonna like and then like stick an ear and then like stick a face and like try to psychically just like dog face window.
Oh my god.
I just want to be like, hello? Anyone in there? Or like the
Yeah.
intention of
It's like
that.
you're basically trying to like cast message to it, or like your telepathic communication.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Putting those like big headphones over a pregnant lady's belly so that the kid can listen to Mozart while in the womb, so they
It's
become
gonna make
smart.
my baby smart.
It does not, in fact. Make your baby smart.
Just roll a wisdom check for me.
I have advantage on wisdom.
Saving throws.
There you go. That's the saving throw. I think it's saving throws, but let me double check.
Sorry. Also, I know that I'm not like close enough to see those white concentric rings, but that is making me think like liaison technology for sure.
I actually was waiting for this bit to be over before because I want to compare the liaison blade.
So
As
it's
soon as
not
it's
like
described as opposed to-
oh, so they're not very big.
They're like wrapped around the entire egg. You
'Cause
can see
that's
them
what
from where
I
you are.
Was like they're huge.
So like from like here down.
upscale.
But
they
like
wrap all
still
way
the
around
same
the egg.
material that the liaisons are made out of.
Oh, I see.
So,
Gonna hit it with your sword?
No.
Please don't. Thank you.
Shatters the egg.
Oh, there's yolk everywhere.
did you roll your wisdom check?
It's a 12.
A 12. Okay.
Or wait, no, 13.
13.
Yes.
With a 13, you feel the warmth in the egg. It kind of warms your heart a little bit, and you try to probe for like a sign of intelligence in there, a sign of life.
Do you hear a little bit of a heartbeat?
Do eggs have like heartbeats?
Yeah.
Early on. Okay. You hear. Roll a perception check for that.
It's
But
one
with
of the
your
first
wisdom
things
check,
to develop the heartbeat. Yeah.
You don't get like.
I've seen
words.
way
You
too
don't get
many
a
chick
response
called
necessarily. Are you saying
Albert.
something to it to try to?
I'm just really like reaching out to see if there is like consciousness or intelligence.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
That
So,
doesn't come till
Just
later.
saying hi, basically.
yeah.
You get faint is not the right word, but like rudimentary, maybe. Just the faintest. I'll use faint, but it's not weak, but it is like the barest kind of level of consciousness you could expect to feel.
Primitive?
Primitive,
Mhm.
maybe.
Underdeveloped.
Yeah, there's something there. You can't quite make a connection to it, and you don't know, what it is, like how it's, I mean, you know what it is as an egg, but like you don't know, like you don't learn anything about it, but there is something there. That's all
Is
you know.
with that, am I able to tell like I don't know, Rand I like sniffing these concentric circles. I'm not entirely sure if this is like keeping the egg at same temperature,
Mhm.
like keeping it from incubating versus incubating it. Because this
Yeah.
is a giant egg. Like it would take a lot of heat to
Yeah.
incubate this egg.
You hear Val down from below. She's like, Get down from there. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Sloan? Wherever you are. Are you kidding me? Come on.
I just kind of like
no
put my
dogs
head
allowed next time.
on my
Why did you let a
paws
dog
and
up
like
here?
my tail is wagging a little bit.
No, you need to get down from there.
Please, that is like.
I think you are really upsetting.
That's like
This is her
a
job.
cardinal
Okay,
sin.
That's
I-
like
I-
beyond a death sentence. If
I
get caught with
blink
that.
and I lay down with my paws.
Like you knew that was the wrong thing to do. And you did it
Come
anyway.
on, like,
I mind speak. It's alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Val looks at you and she's like, "Oh, well, she doesn't hear that. Actually, it's not. Well, it's a big egg. It's not super fragile, but it's like, come on, some decorum, please. No, we're trying to. I mean, it's Malaka's egg.
I kind of
It's the
sit up
most
straight.
precious remnant of Vastral history we have. It's all we got, really, left over from the Vastran days. But
The egg's been here all this time?
yeah, ever since the city disappeared and Malaka disappeared, the only thing that was left behind was the archway out at the entrance of the city and the egg. And this whole tower was constructed for this egg.
I'm gonna
Please.
mind ask. So, is it just warm, or are those like rings making it warm?
What is this?
It's
What?
I'm
Is this you?
no,
Is
it's
this you?
me.
It's you.
I put up my
Right.
paw
It's
and
the
I'm like,
dog.
Wait, where? No, there's only.
It's the dog.
Oh,
it's me.
Okay,
it's
all
weird,
Can you be
right?
not a dog for a moment?
I whip my head and says, "What if we have to get down in a hurry?"
I have Featherfall conveniently again.
Can that do one more than
And
one
do
person?
5 people.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That's why it's
Spell.
not a first level spell.
Not a first level spell.
That's I still like being a dog.
Saoirse, as they're discussing this, you see something catches your eye just off to the distance over
Yeah,
the
does it?
basin. It's kind of a cloudy night. There was a parting of the clouds just enough to let some of the light in from the stars and the moon, but like the rain from the other night there's still some remnants of those clouds in the air. You see against the light portion of the cloud, just out of that, just off in the distance above the basin, a few dots appear. Just a couple like dark spots in the cloud. And they start to get bigger. And they start to get bigger
Mm-hmm.
and bigger as
Hey, something's getting closer. Up there?
and you hear Val say,
What?
"Your phone."
I didn't put it there. I feel strange.
That's spooky. You hear Val say, like, "What was that?"
There's something coming from the clouds? Up there?
Oh no, not again. Oh no. Oh no. Why does it have to be on my watch? Oh no.
What is it?
Oh, they're coming back. They're coming back. Quick! We gotta get the guards. We gotta get the guards. They gotta get up here.
What is it?
You watch these dots get bigger as you see.
Can I
these...
go try and hide behind the egg real quick?
Yeah, sure. I'll let, yeah.
I mean, just to get out of vantage point of large incoming things.
These things are coming fast, and as Val is trying to explain and try to find the words, you see a group of winged beings coming from the clouds. Their faces, aquiline, coming to a point in a beak, right? The yellow beaks. They look like giant birds, but they have humanoid features. They've got legs. They've still got like little kind of reverse knee thing going on, and the raptor talons, but they've got wings, and they've got arms, and they've got weapons, and two of them are mounted on griffins, and they are approaching fast, and they are coming directly at you on the roof of the tower. So there is a group of Arakokra coming to attack you.
Arakokra.
Yep. These little guys. So, in light of that, I want everyone to roll initiative. And this is where we'll pick up next.
So we're not going to roll initiative. We'll roll at the beginning of the next session because we're not going to remember these numbers.
No, I did roll initiative. I'm gonna write it down.
Okay. I will not.
That's fine too.
Whoa.
Look at these. Oh, he dead.
That one's dead.
He died.
No.
They're like birds.
That's the
Cool new models.
It shows how high they fly.
Is that what they actually look like?
That's what they look like. They look almost like eagles flying towards you. And because I don't have a
I
griffin
was
mini yet,
picturing way more grotesque faces.
Me too.
What's great is they have advantage against gold dogs.
that's in the book.
It's scientific terms. Wait, for real?
I'll place the rest of these next week, but
Yeah, there's no sense in it right now.
I was gonna make this look cool. but
What?
Instead,
There's
that's a griffin.
horse.
That's supposed to
It's
be a
That's
griffin.
a
It's a griffin.
horse.
But two of them are mounted on griffins, and then there are 4 others flying with them for a total of 6 Aarakocra.
Hey, that's a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're going down.
They are flying
No.
towards you, and if you could read bird emotion, which you've gotten a little bit better at with the giant crow, they look angry.
Well, that's my egg. No.
Maybe it's their egg.
And we'll pick up there next week. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you next week. Michelle will be back. We'll all be back together. I gotta figure out how to get Rhea into this somehow. We'll figure it out. We'll see you then. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye. All I'm saying is that
Bye-bye.
if I was a bird